Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. I'm Noir. I'm taking the helm today, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very nervous. we've had some, we've had some
Sounds right.
amazing captains in the seat. I'm gonna see if I can at least keep this thing airborne.
And now tonight we have one more amazing captain in the seat, so seems like perfect to me.
uh, without further ado, I'm GMing. I'm Noir. I go by he they. Let's do the introduction thing. Let's do that thing that we do. Oh God, what's happening? Someone save me.
You're doing fabulous, buddy. Don't worry. Deep breaths.
Let us see how Squirt does flying solo.
We're all very giddy and excited. I'm
Yes.
very excited because I
Yeah.
have not played in a game run by Noir before.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to cause problems and issues on purpose.
I am super excited because it is my first time gaming with all of you.
It's true.
Hey.
Game time, game time.
All right. So, do we have any announcements? Let's do the introductions. Kate, would you like to start with? Let's start us off.
Yes, I have. What do I have? I have a new show coming out starting next Sunday on Q Times, twitch.tv/Q Times at 7. Nope, sorry, that's my time. 5 p.m. Pacific. It's called The Cases of Costa Vega. It is an original mystery adventure game run by Rick Budd and with players myself and Drac. We are playing detective siblings, and it is so ridiculous. It is so great. We're playing a system I designed and modified for this, which is so nerve-wracking, but it's really fun. It's really goofy, and I hope y'all will come check it out. I'll be posting about it on Twitter. And it's pre-recorded this first episode, so we will probably more of it. But also, I'll be hanging out and chat with y'all too, and I'm excited. And yeah,
All right. Let's go to Mike. How you doing, bud? You got anything to pitch? What's going on?
I'm doing great. I probably should pitch STO stuff. We've got a Voth event that started this week, which is very exciting because you get a Voth.
You can
mech
get a
suit.
mech.
It's a mech.
You can get a mech.
But selfishly, I'm also
in
gonna
Star Trek.
we did. We got chocolate in your peanut butter. But selfishly, I'm also going to plug. I have a new episode of my podcast that came out today, the Ace of Geeks podcast, where we talk about the first couple episodes of The Mandalorian, and we sort of mourn Willow, and we do a tribute to Lance Reddick, and it's very great. So aceofgeeks.net, come and check it out.
This is the way. All right. Eric, you got anything for us?
Just that we might be joined by Bonnie Gordon later this evening. Right as we were about to go live, Bonnie's internet decided to go to Stovokor. So right now we're trying to.
I think
find
it went to
out-
Grethor, my friend.
No,
It was not a good day to
judging from
die.
the way she described it, it came from Greythor.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're trying to, that just sounds like the title of a horror RPG, doesn't it? Instead of like, it came from the sea.
If we need to do more
Greythor.
one-shots, click on horror would be great.
So yeah, so Bonnie might be joining us a little bit later, maybe even before the break. So if she pops in, we'll have it. So,
Better in.
but yeah, that's all I
Awesome.
got. No
And
other announcements.
And Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing very well because I have been GM'd by Noir, so I know exactly how wonderful it is. But before I enthuse, as you all surely will by the end of all of this, I do things that aren't causing problems for innocent GMs who didn't deserve it, and also for Eric. I have my own stream. Including every Tuesday morning, I report on science. I find a recently published article in Science, and we talk about what it is, what it means, and it just has one flaw, which is it is at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is cursed. So, for those of us for whom that is untenable,
An illegal
we
hour.
now have that at whatever hour your heart desires to be do thus through a temporal anomaly. No, we did this through the traditional medium of YouTube. I'm putting may contain science segments up on YouTube, and the very first one, our story about lab animal populations and testing, is up from last week already. So please go check that out and do the cool engagement things with that. I don't know. I haven't plugged a YouTube before. But we're doing it. Science. Any hour of the day. Doesn't have to be 8 a.m. But now is not my hour of science. Now is my hour of noir. And I'm so y'all are just it's just I just so I'm excited.
You okay there?
And there may be some science involved, but all right, I think let's just jump into it.
Hell yeah.
A few things to know. If you are backing the Stream Punks on Coffee, this is a continuation of our monthly game. So if you've checked out the monthly game, you're kind of already a step ahead. The consequences of the one shot here will affect what happens with our lovely characters in that story. That said, this story takes place stardate 2260, just 2 years after the USS Vengeance was commandeered by the terrorist Khan and dropped on Starfleet headquarters. The USS Arlington was one of the few ships that survived the initial rendezvous with the Romulan terrorist Nero. And you've been going about your mission of exploring when you get communication from Starfleet. The communication says that they have picked up a distress signal from the USS Newton, a much smaller Starfleet vessel that has vanished for the past 4 years. It suddenly popped up. You are the closest to the USS Newton, and so it is on the USS Arlington to rendezvous with the Newton, assist if they are in distress, and find the cause of them going dark. Now, this is coming directly from Starfleet, but more than that, it's coming directly to Captain Shaw. You're being you've got a direct line with Admiral Cardo, who's chiming in and telling you there's some inconsistencies in the reports and the signals that we've received from the Newton. We haven't seen anything like it, so we advise that you proceed with the most extreme amounts of caution. We have reason to believe that there's more to this signal than we're able to decipher from where we are, and we have to earn back the good graces of the people. After the Vengeance, Starfleet, we've got a lot to answer for, but we're sending the best, so make us proud.
Captain Shaw would probably ask if there was what the nature of the anomalies were.
Temporal in nature, and there is the remnants of red matter. I don't think I need to tell you just how destructive that substance is. We still don't fully understand how Nero acquired it, and our associate from what we believe is another timeline is staying rather tight-lipped. So we don't know what we're walking into, but we know that you are more than equipped to handle it.
Understood.
You can see the Admiral is close to saying something else, but he straightens up. That will be all, Captain. would you like to try and press him for any more information, or would you like to end the communication?
We'll end the communication.
Okay. All right, and with that, the communication closes out, and you have your ship.
I'll leave my ready room and head back to the bridge.
There is an ensign that sees you and just yells, "Captain on bridge!" Everybody gives you the look.
Unclench. And I'll move over to the center chair and take my seat.
Never, sir.
Is there a second in our group here, or is your second an NPC?
You know, we were so slapdash when we had to throw this game together as quickly as we did. We actually don't have an assigned XO. So yeah.
Would anybody like to take that, or shall we have a NPC?
I'll take it.
Great.
Okay.
Once again,
I'm
once more into the
so
breach,
hard.
dear
No.
Sam.
No.
Because we're all gonna die.
So when Captain Shaw returns to the bridge, what do we see? What does Shaw look like?
So Shaw is so first of all, I took Shaw's an experienced officer, but this is his first command. So his age is probably somewhere around mine, so it's probably in early 40s. He has dark like auburn hair. He is almost, unfortunately, stereotypically Irish looking, with like slightly pale skin, dark auburn hair. He of course is wearing the command yellows when he walks in, the command yellow shirt. This is the Kelvin timeline, so I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that's the yellow shirt, black breeches. He is, for lack of a better, the one thing that is noticeable about his character is he does have a scar that goes from the left cheekbone down to his jawbone, which he has never attempted to have removed. He received it at Starfleet Academy. He doesn't tell too much of the story behind it, but it's kind of a legend among the crew as to what it could be. A lot of people saying it was given to him for something heroic, and a lot of people think it was him being stupid. But whatever it is, he has told people that he learned a lesson when he was at Starfleet, and he doesn't get rid of it because it reminds him of his lesson he should never forget. But aside from that, he stands at about 6'1", and is average build. Always has a slight sardonic smile to him. And I will go ahead and give you this since you're his XO. But one of his values is a sense of humor is a strength. So he's got kind of a sense of humor.
I have to rescind something.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think I would be XOing to another Martina.
Yep. No,
First
sorry.
command, sense of humor. All we need is like 40-minute meetings and we're there.
Yep.
As you tell us to unclench, Lieutenant Carl from the helm looks back at you and says, "Sorry, sir. Clenching as explicitly required in Starfleet Regulations, page 375.42."
You're still using the word pages, Lieutenant.
Yeah. You never read a book, sir?
Read books? No. Read data pads? Yes.
I'll lend you an old pulp novel sometime.
You've got your lieutenant on Nav, Lieutenant Nathan Navek, going. So, do we have a heading, sir? Captain.
We do.
Captain, sir.
I'm going to turn to communications. I'm going to say, patch me into the ship, would you?
Of course.
Shaw is just going to say, attention to the crew, USS Arlington. We've received orders from Starfleet Command to intercept a ship that has been missing for the past 4 years. Starfleet has reason to believe that this could be a potentially hazardous situation, and we have been ordered to proceed with caution. If it is a best case scenario, then we're about to reunite with some folks that we lost a long time ago. Worst case scenario, we might be walking into a trap. So, everyone, snap to. Quick as the word, sharp as the action, as they say. Captain out.
Lieutenant Nevin kind of looks and goes, but it's not like really going to be all that dangerous, right?
I'll look at my helmet. This is who is this that's talking?
This is your junior lieutenant on navigation. He's just kind of I think he may be leaning over to he's leaning over to Carl. Like, it's not gonna be that dangerous though, is it?
We're only gonna blow up 3 times at the most. It's fine.
Okay.
I give him a little comforting pat on the shoulder.
Mr. Volkov, set a course.
Aye, aye, Captain. Sir, are we all speed or leisure cruise?
Warp 5.
Copy, copy. Setting impulse to change direction.
I'll swivel my chair over to my XO and lean forward in the chair and just say, Starfleet thinks red matter might be involved with this. They've also, sorry, my noise gate is very, very aggressive. Very
No
aggressive.
noise gatekeeping, thank you.
Yeah, so he leans forward and just says, Starfleet thinks red matter might be involved with this. And they've also, long-range sensors have detected the presence of temporal energy, probably chronotons some kind. So I have no idea what we're walking into right now.
Understood, sir. You said a ship missing for 4 years.
What was the name of the ship again, Noir?
The USS Newton.
USS Newton. What class was the Newton?
The Newton, I do believe, is I have it here. Is a. Oh my goodness, I did not have it here. It is a Newton class.
Oh, I didn't know Newton was a class. Is that an original series class that maybe I just didn't know about?
This, I believe, is specific to the Kelvin universe.
Kelvin timeline? Okay. Yeah, I've probably seen it and just didn't know. All right, cool. So yeah,
I can actually
so
give you a
then
look
it's
at
the
it.
first of her line. So it's the original USS Newton then.
Perhaps they're all pretty similar. The apple not falling far from the tree with the Newton class.
Oh my god.
Do I gain stress? Do I gain stress from that?
No, but something else is gonna happen later because of me.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
But you all are aware that the Newton is strictly a science vessel. This is they have just enough to defend themselves long enough to get out.
Okay. So yeah, he'll drop USS Newton. Been missing for 4 years. Deep space science vessel.
We're going to recover her?
What was that?
We're going to recover her, sir?
Well, there's a distress signal that's been received, so it's possible that it's automated, but it's possible there might be some people still waiting for us there. Starfleet is just very suspicious about this. For some reason, they want us to proceed with caution, so I'm going to put us at yellow alert when we come within range.
But if there's a distress signal, that means there are still crew aboard. Right, sir?
We don't know yet, Commander. And then he's going to look at you for a moment, and without saying anything, you can tell he's asking you what the nature of this urgent need for that information is. But when you don't immediately answer, he just nods and says, "We'll brief later."
Yes, sir.
Is that all right, Commander?
Of course, sir.
And so the camera zooms out as we see the ship preparing to enter warp. And it's that cheesy J.J. Abrams shot where it's like we zoom out of the bridge and we see the entire ship, but with like 1,000% less lens flare. And as we're zooming out from the bridge, what do we see? What do you all look like?
Oh yeah, y'all have to give descriptions.
Yeah.
You didn't do the heroic walk from the turbo lift shot. You all have to do your
You could we did, but you couldn't see us because of the lens flares.
right.
That's my Michael Bay one shot.
Oh man, now I had the idea of doing a whole Starfleet battle and a oneer on the bridge. Anyway, sorry, please. Go ahead, somebody.
All right. Sydney van der Graaf is not quite as tall as the captain, but they have some decent verticality to them. Human, pretty powerfully built, long ash blonde braid behind them. They have the vibe of that teacher that knows you're texting under the desk.
Oh,
There's some rudeness to them, you might say.
That was a vice principal. If my last little engineering chaos goose packs everything because they didn't want to have to figure out what they didn't need to pack, Commander Van der Graaf packs everything that was needed because you're going to realize in a half an hour that you needed it.
Right. Okay.
all right. So the camera sweeps from the captain to our XO, and now to Lieutenant Carl.
Lieutenant Carl is about 23 or 24, fairly young to be in the position that he's in. He's got blonde hair that he's attempted to style into something looking fashionable. He doesn't entirely sure what that is because it changes on every planet, but it's got kind of a volume swoopy thing to it. And he is trying to grow in a beard desperately, and just little puffs of hair are coming in here and there around there. And right now he is leaning back in his chair after having pressed the buttons to go to warp.
Awesome. And so the camera pans from you to out of the bridge, and then boom, we go to warp.
To an
and
empty
then
seat where Bonnie would be, and it just says, Miss not appearing in this film.
it's just the letters TBD floating in the chair.
Yeah. Bonnie, TBD, RPG.
And then we see the back of the ship just hauling ass, and we zoom back in. And where do we find Kirby? What's up?
It just occurred to me, in case anybody is wondering, the USS Arlington is Constitution class.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
that's it.
good
Yeah,
call.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
call.
Totally forgot.
Kirby, where do we find you?
So Kirby is a civilian, like commissioned sort of figure on this ship. They have essentially, I mean, all of the crew probably would know this. They have essentially been like sprung from holding or like some sort of like Starfleet like work off your consequences, the consequences of your actions.
Are you in Starfleet as community service?
I know.
Yes. Yeah. No. But they're not like in Starfleet. They are an expert in certain types of like esoteric like energy technology and like biotech and computers and stuff. And so they were basically deemed more useful doing something here than doing like manual labor, which they are not good at all. And so they are like, I wouldn't say, I don't think they are allowed, like, they don't have like a lab or like an office or anything. But they do have their own like technology they've been allowed. And so they're probably just like if it's like the middle of a shift, like bored out of their mind, because if we're like going somewhere, that means they're not really doing anything until we get there. And so they're probably just like hanging out in the like galley, just on like a pad, like.
So are you
encrypting and decrypting the same thing over and over again?
Bingo. That's exactly what I was looking for. Awesome. I'm going to say, you just hear over comms your captain basically giving everybody the parameters of what they're going to be doing for the next little bit. And you're tinkering with encrypted messages. And you notice, like, after you go to warp, you start to pick up a very faint signal, but it's highly encrypted.
Well, that's for me. They're gonna try to grab that.
Okay, I would like you to make me a reason science check, please.
All right.
Oh, and don't forget the computer sheet, which should, if I don't know.
Wait,
it'll be
are
up
you
to-
using the system's computer, or are you just using your pad?
I think maybe they would go over to like a console and try to, because they're a little
All right,
bit,
then,
they're
yeah.
maybe a little bit better at like
Go for it.
the connection of it. So
Commander, do you want to roll for the ship? Since you're also ops.
Yeah.
So Kirby has a little bit of funkiness going on, and they have a neural interface. So they are going to straight up link their brain to the ship for a sec. They're here for a reason.
I love you, Caitlin.
You little
All right.
Tom Paris on computers. All right.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and tell me what you got.
Okay.
It's going to be a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Computer security for Arlo?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Let me double check. Sorry, I'm learning new character. I have so many weird things here.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Sorry. What science? Reason science? What?
Reason science.
Reason science. Okay. And then decryption is one of my focuses.
Okay.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a 2 and a 6.
Nothing from Arlo.
And Arlo gets a reroll from me.
Hey.
Oh, hey, all right.
What the? I love this.
Well, in
Okay.
that case,
I
still
told you I
nothing
made
from
a
Arlo.
character. They are worth the trouble of having them here.
Okay. No, this is awesome.
No, absolutely. Keep endearing yourself to me. It's a good.
Yes.
It's a great
You may
life choice.
continue.
Yeah. Yeah. No, still nothing from Arlo.
Okay, that's okay. Well, okay. One question, real quickly. I have. Hold on. Oh wait. Okay. Hold on. Do I get a bonus die from using the ship systems?
I believe that's you get an automatic success. So it's Oh.
For your trait, or just for this?
No, for
for
neural
using the
interface?
ship system.
No, so using the ship systems basically lets Sam roll as an assist.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we
So,
So Sam rolled on behalf of the ship to see if you
Yes.
got an additional success.
so I have 2 things. You let me know if these can stack. One of them, technical expertise. Whenever you're assisted by the ship's computers, you can reroll 1d20, which may be the ship's die, and then neural interface lets me reroll the d20 gained from using the ship systems. Can they reroll again?
I'm gonna just keep it a whole buck with you. You've already succeeded.
I just think it's fun. I just think it's fun.
So right now we're just dunking. But
Hey, momentum. Hey, momentum, bud. That's why.
that's
why.
that's true. That's true. But it takes a while, and it's almost impressive that it takes you a while, because this is what you do. But you're able to get 3 words out before the signal terminates itself. And the 3 words you're able to get are "Don't believe me." You could tell that there was more, but by the time you're able to get these 3, the signal cut out.
Okay. All right. That's concerning. Kirby to the bridge.
You all hear Kirby to the bridge.
I kind of look a little surprised at that, and I look over at the commander, and I'll just tap on my chair and say, "Hi, Kirby. How you doing there?"
Oh, I'm doing great. Okay. So you know how I'm always kind of very much do first, ask later, ask for permission or not permission, ask for forgiveness, not permission. This is me asking for forgiveness. That I decrypted a thing that came in real fast. And I think maybe, you should see that.
I glance over at my XO, like I was looking, like almost like Shaw's looking for a translation, and
She's trying to be helpful.
Kirby, are you sure this is important?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, sir, Mr. Captain. I'm gonna come to you. How about that? I will be right there. And she hangs they hang up and they're gonna make their way to the bridge.
He just exhales for a moment and says, "All right.
The criminal aboard your vessel.
We'll have to talk a little later about how accessible the bridge is to non-commissioned officers." But then again, I could be eating my words in about 10 minutes.
Lieutenant Nivek goes, Captain, we're due to arrive at the Newton in 15 minutes.
It's pretty fast. All right. Commander, can I have a word with you for a second before we get our visitor up here?
Absolutely, Captain. I don't want to miss that.
So yeah, I'll step aside. Try to remember the layout of the Kelvin Constitution class. I do not think there is a separate room up here, because that's I think the
In
ready room
our Constitution, there is.
All right. So then I'll step aside into the small ready room. That's fine. It is hey, the Arlington, because of the year we are in, technically has received a single refit. So that works. Adding a room, not a bad thing. So yeah, I'll step into the ready room then, which is just like the small captain's office off to the side, and he'll turn around and he looks at Van de Graaff for a moment, and he looks like he's choosing his words carefully, and he just says, "Commander, I got the impression that maybe you had some people on board the Newton."
I come from a Starfleet family, sir.
Understood.
Sister.
4 years is a long time. Be waiting for answers.
Long enough to lose hope sometimes, sir.
Commander, I don't know what we're going to find when we get there, but I don't have any problem with hope.
Should appreciate that.
I'm going to be putting you in charge of the away team. You good to handle that?
Sounds better than being physically restrained trying to keep me out of the away team, sir.
Yeah, I had a feeling. And as much as I appreciate our young lieutenant at the helm, I'm not sure I'm trusting him with the security just yet to protect the captain. All right.
It's at that point you hear the familiar sound of the turbo lift just outside your office, and you can tell that it's probably Kirby making
Let
their
the show
way
begin.
to the
Speaking of
bridge.
staffing decisions, shall we, Captain?
Yes, indeed. All right. We'll head back out onto the bridge.
Yeah, I
Before
don't
the
know whose
door
decision
opens
this
and
was, but
they exit the
it's
ready
really-
room, Carl turns around and says, "Kirby!" and reaches under his chair, pulls out a beverage, and tosses it their way.
They fumble it and like have to like catch it against their chest, like sort of squatted down. What did they get? What did they get?
Oh god, it's probably a synthahol.
You can see that the other lieutenant in the bridge had their hands open, waiting for theirs, and it's just like, oh, never mind.
Kirby will be like, thanks, bud. Busy, and we'll hand it to the lieutenant who wanted it. And then
So the funny thing is when I come out onto the bridge, the moment he steps out on the bridge and sees the lieutenant holding a beverage on the bridge, the captain's going to give him a look and be like, "Lieutenant, did you forget where the mess hall was?"
No, sir. Apologies, sir.
Oh no!
I'll just put this back where I found it.
Kirby's
We're
back
due
in.
to arrive. We're due to arrive at the Newton in 5 minutes.
Oh no!
Shaw give him the stern look as he takes the center chair, and then he'll swivel over and look at the young scientist who just came in.
So Kirby is short, kind of compact human. They have like really like short, kind of cropped, kind of like sticking up in a way that is like not maintained, just like hands run through it. Very, very, very short, dark hair, very pale, kind of perpetual, just like looks tired, but has energy in tandem with that doesn't make sense ever.
Kirby is all of us.
But yeah, and they have their just like civilian clothes on, and walk kind of right up to you with a little pad in their hand. Like,
All right, Kirby. Apparently, you got some kind of cryptic message, eh? And looks directly at camera as he says cryptic. And then he'll
we
look back
cash
at Kirby.
that check for $5 and move on.
Yeah. So he'll say, "What do you got for me, Kirby?"
Pieces. It kind of came. I shouldn't have looked at it, but I did. But I think you're gonna be glad that I did. And she's gonna. They're gonna slide it. Their pad forward, and it'll have the transmission. The don't believe me. The time, and you'll kind of see the process.
The time. What is the time on it? Oh,
time
is it
that it
just
came in.
like when it was received?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When they
So
caught it.
Timestamped. Gotcha. He looks at this and says, You're sure this isn't a crew member playing a joke on you?
No, because it was really hard to open.
Heavily decrypted? And it was sent to you directly, or did you intercept?
I believe I intercepted it, right, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
No, I picked that out of the air. Sorry, but you're welcome. Also.
No. Hand it over to the communications officer, and can you verify that? And I'll hand it over to our comms officer.
They take it right on it, Captain. And then the ship stops, and you see floating the Newton. But it doesn't look battle damaged. Instead, it looks picked apart. The narcils are completely exposed and open, and the shroud that covers them has been removed, and there's no sign of it. There's no debris. You would expect if a ship was battle damaged, there would be debris, but there is not. There's just a picked apart ship.
That thing still exists.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is call for a sensor. Oh, go ahead, Commander.
As a talent noir, I have a quick survey.
Mm-hmm.
You have a way of getting a good impression of a situation with only a moment's observation at the start of a scene, which, coming on into this, kind of feels like I can immediately ask Anne a question as if I had spent momentum on the obtain information. Spend only for things that I could obtain from my own senses. So not like sensors, just looking at the thing. So in this quick survey, based on what is picked apart, does this seem like this ship is in a survivable state? What kind of dire straits, dire heterosexuality, do they find themselves in?
During your time in the academy, it's pretty much standard that every cadet visits Utopia Planitia at least once. And you see this ship and you immediately recall your time spent there. This looks like a ship being built or being scrapped. It's being constructed or deconstructed. That's the state that it's in. Which way it's going, you're not. The only reason that you would choose that it's being picked apart is because, well, it was whole when it got here, but it's not now. You're able to tell that the bridge from what you can see looks intact, but the ship is dead in the water. There are no lights. There's very light energy signals coming from it. In fact, the strongest signal that you're getting is the distress signal, which means that once you run your scans, you can see that life support is on barely. Barely.
Is the life support concentrated on any particular section of the ship?
It appears to be concentrated on the bridge. You're also seeing that there are, I want to say, about 30 life forms on board.
Okay.
So we're picking
You're
up
not
30
able
life
to
forms.
you're not able to get more than that. However, and that's when you hear it. Captain, we're being hailed.
I'll look over at my commander and I'll say, "There's your hope, Commander." On screen.
And on screen you see the chief medical officer, Carolyn Bryant. She is a Vulcan, who I would say, since your sister is on board the Newton, you know that she did marry a human. And you see she's the signal is very weak. She goes, I'm very glad that you were able to pick up our signal. We are in grave need of assistance. Our ability to transport has been damaged. Can we request a shuttle to escort the ones of us that remain to the Arlington?
Following Starfleet protocol, absolutely. How is everybody else? What's the status of the ship? What happened?
This is a Vulcan, and she looks into the view screen, and you see tears. Captain, I cannot tell you with any great certainty what happened.
What's her name again?
Carolyn Bryant.
Well, probably part half Vulcan, I guess. Bryant?
She is full Vulcan, but she married a human and took his name.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay. And you said Lieutenant Commander?
Chief medical officer.
Chief Medical Officer, CMO. Gotcha.
I'll be able to debrief you with much more efficiency as soon as I am able to make my way to the Arlington.
I'm going to nod to the communications officer to kill the comms for a second. As he just nods he's going to nod to Bryant and then turn to comms and just kind of like kill the audio for a second. And I'll look over at my commander.
May I roll my assessment
Absolutely.
quickly?
Yes.
Thank you. As the commander taps on what Kirby gave us.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaw nods to you like he was also thinking that too.
That feels like Insight Command. Would you concur?
That I will say that is definitely good. It's a good argument for security too, but I am going to say, yeah, I'll give you Insight Command.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Truly, you are beneficent.
You may have it. No, just kidding.
What is the difficulty?
This is going to be difficulty 2.
Good. So with my focus, I hit that. but
Yay.
I try to be kind to my GMs. I try to be beneficent in return. So please enjoy the natural 20 that has been bestowed upon you.
Hey!
So success with complications. That feels like a Star Wars roll, honestly.
What is our momentum at right now?
You have 3 momentum currently.
Okay.
I am going to say, you know what? Let's have Carl. How's it going, buddy?
Good, how's it going with you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I need you to make me a roll if you could.
Absolutely.
Could I get a insight engineering from you?
Insight engineering, absolutely. Okay, so 12 is the target. That is a 14 and a 19. So it's a good start for old Carl.
Hey, guess what? Whenever your ally fails a task, you may add 1 point of momentum to the pool.
Oh, I
Hey!
love that too.
Hey, so you guys are at 5 momentum now.
Nice.
I will say this, Carl. While everybody was paying attention to the view screen, you were paying attention to the anomaly,
Okay.
and you see something. There is just just off to the side of the Newton. There is what appears to be like a tear in space. It's small, but it's there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm
would've
definitely
gotten a
daydreaming.
yellow alert.
Yeah,
Upon sight of that.
I'm so sorry. I thought you guys were already on yellow alert.
Oh, that works. Yeah.
we were.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
I
he
was
said
gonna- I was
he
gonna-
came out of warp.
Mhm.
The thing that you notice is that kind of looks like there's a roundabout there.
A roundabout? Like a in a road?
Like a little away ship.
Oh, a runabout.
Oh, runabout.
God,
Runabout. I said roundabout.
Right,
Lord.
I was imagining a traffic circle in the middle of the nebula. It was a great mental image.
It's just a little statue with people driving around in space.
Right.
No, a runabout.
A runabout over by the nebula.
Mhm.
Okay. Sir. Terribly sorry to interrupt, sir. Double checking that there's no weird things happening to my vision because of the anomaly. I appear to see a runabout hanging out over by that tear in space, sir? Does anybody else see that?
Yeah, we see it. I'm gonna immediately look at science. Be like, what are you reading? Run sensor scan on that.
So I'm gonna say Lieutenant Nevek starts to put that together, starts to run the reports. There, Captain. There's I mean I see it, but there's nothing there. There's no energy signals coming off of it. There's no mass. There's nothing there. But I see it. It's our computers, our systems can't.
Can I? Because I had my brain hooked up to the ship to do that little decryption. Can I skim that scan and try to just kind of brain ride it over there, just kind of see what I can pick up?
Oh yes, brain ride the scan.
Brain ride the scan.
Absolutely, you
The new
can.
hip hop hit.
Brain ride, ding, ding,
Brain
ding.
ride.
They are
Scam.
so specific to be a nuisance, but also worth it.
You're like that doctor in Lost in Space.
By the way, just to keep track, we went to yellow alert, so our shields went up. Our power went from 13, I believe it is now 12, just so everyone knows.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Awesome. So Kirby, what you got for me?
Okay, so Kirby has, again, a focus in esoteric energy technology. So, if this is any sort of unknown or uncategorized, unviewable by by Starfleet technology, they want to see if they can find another, wavelength, another signal, a thing that the Starfleet tech isn't scanning for, see if they can find, what are we looking at? Is it hard light? Is it
Okay.
is there something actually there, even if it isn't a physical?
This is going to be insight, science, difficulty 4.
Amazing. Okay.
Is Arlo giving a computer science or anything as you were nuisancing?
I'm using the computer, so maybe
Right, because you're
my brain's in
skimming
there.
the scan.
Yeah.
You're brain riding the.
Okay. Yes.
So then, computer science or sensor science, would you say, Noir?
This is going to be sensor science.
And
Copy
then
that.
I would like to buy a die, if that is okay.
Okay.
with the crew.
Please.
I believe that means you're burning determination.
Spending momentum to
Oh,
get an extra
gotcha.
die.
Gotcha. Don't mind me.
We mind, you're lovely.
shucks.
Nice. Okay.
Need our Bonnie science officer.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. I am okay. When I use assisted by the ship's computer, I can reroll one, which I'm going to do. Oh, and it rolled me the exact same thing. So I'm at 3. So what did the? Maybe we hit it.
So
Okay.
that should max us out on momentum, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, the difficulty was.
Oh
4.
no, you missed by 1. Okay.
Oh, you
gotcha.
missed by
What?
1.
We missed by 1.
Wait, what?
I
You
thought
got
the
3 successes. It was
Plus 1 from Arlo.
And the Arlo. got
Oh.
Oh, so we
okay.
hit it. Okay,
We
so
hit
we're
it.
not
Okay, we
maxed
hit it.
out.
No,
we're
yeah,
at 5.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
In terms of the, I keep wanting to say runabout.
We'll know what you mean from now on. So
Shuttlecraft runabout.
Yeah, in terms of
Turns
the
of the
runabout,
small zippy thing.
you're not picking up anything. There's nothing was missed. The ship ran a very thorough scan. It's just not there. The question of what would happen if you physically interact with it might pique your interest, but in terms of what you can tell from your sensors, you're getting nothing.
How close is
I-
it to the anomaly?
It's almost in the anomaly.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I want to interact with that.
Okay. I
I
have
well,
a
go ahead.
bunch of bonuses for identifying starships and understanding unknown starships. Is that something I can try, or have we pretty much gathered that we're not going to gather anything without getting closer?
You know what? This I wasn't expecting someone to have that. So there's a chance you hit a home run here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a insight engineering.
Okay.
It is going to be difficulty 5. If you get this, things get weird.
Okay.
I did not plan for what happens if you get this.
May I make a slight argument to use con instead of engineering, just because my talent activates if I use con?
I will give you con.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
I'm going to use. I'm going to
You
do
got
this
Captain.
now. Captain, I'm going to use my commanding officer talent, which is commanding officer may spend a point of determination to grant any other character they can communicate with 1 point of determination, and it does not have to be linked to any value. I just give you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What does that do for me? Sorry.
So basically, a point of determination is an auto crit. So you get 2 successes right off the bat. It's like a D20 rolled a 1, basically.
Okay.
So you
Awesome.
so you now just need 3 successes.
Okay. Does anybody mind if I spend if I give Noir a threat to buy a D20 so that I can re-roll
You
a
can just-
D20?
We have momentum.
I know,
We
but,
have-
if,
yeah.
but if I do
Have
it
to
this
attack,
way,
yes.
but if I do it this way, then I can re-roll 1.
Yes.
Rolling for bold.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Bold.
And then I do gain a bonus momentum, which can only be used on the attain information momentum spend, which I assume comes next. Okay, so I've got 3 D20s, 4? 4.
One is.
You got 2
It's
successes,
2 successes, and then
2 to roll,
then
and
your
you
bo-
purchased another one, so that's 3.
Okay, I am going to re-roll this natural 20, because I don't want that in my life.
Oh, Mike.
I got it right back, so that's fun.
Mike, real quick.
Yeah.
Are you keeping track, just by the way, FYI, because Rogan just decided to give Noir threat?
I asked Noir in chat if he wanted that and hadn't gotten a response yet, so I haven't been keeping
Oh,
track.
I'm so
okay.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Hey,
Yeah,
trust
I'll
me,
definitely
Noir,
take
you
that.
should take it. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
then
I'm
we've got,
definitely taking
got
that.
1 threat for one momentum for all of us and 1 threat, I believe.
And I'm probably about to use it like right now.
Okay, so I
Well, we're at max out then.
my target was a 13. I rolled 13, 12, 7, and a 20. So I've got 3 more successes, I think. So it's a total of 5. But then you get your whatever terribleness happens when I roll a 20.
So you succeeded.
wait, how many dice did you just?
I rolled
you said
4
four
dice.
numbers.
Was that too many?
It was 3 dice.
There's 3 dice. Okay.
Right, 'cause it was, you roll,
Right,
you have
2d20 plus you bought.
1
you spent
dice.
1
Okay.
momentum, not 3 momentum.
All right, got it.
And
you're
I'm
not
going to
using
say
the
I'm going to
ship,
say that I okay. So the other 3 are
Or we could,
successes. So
you
let's
know.
say I'll just keep the 20 and have 2 successes. So it's a total of 4.
Okay. I will say with that, Oh wait, you got 4 plus the 2, so you still made it. I do
Yeah.
believe. If I'm
Oh
not
no,
mistaken.
sorry, I got
All right.
4 total. 4 total. 2 that I rolled on the dice,
Okay.
and the 2 from the crit.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So you didn't pass.
All right.
Then we add 2
That's
momentum to
perfect.
our pool.
So you get like it. There's something weird happening here, and so you adjust the sensors. In fact, you do something. A bit strange. You're looking for mass, not energy, and that's when you notice it. There's a cloaked ship around.
Around the thing? Around us?
Around the Newton.
Around
In
the...
fact, your scan is going out even further, and then it's
Oh,
cut dead.
that makes sense. You were trying to spot a cloaked vessel on the view screen,
Yeah.
and you didn't even know it.
Yep. Sir? Sir, that's a code blanket just off the Newton.
He looks at you utterly baffled by that.
This was in the security briefing, I swear to God. There's a cloaked ship just off the Newton.
Red alert.
You go on red alert, and Captain, we're being hailed.
Put it on the view screen.
You see Chief Medical Officer Carolyn Bryant
The Vulcan.
standing with her hands up.
Oh, the Vulcan. Okay.
And you see what appears to be another Vulcan walking behind her with a phaser pointed at her.
Okay. He rises from his chair and says, "My name is Captain Nevin Shaw of the USS Arlington. Who am I addressing?"
You are addressing Volek, Romulan scientist. Lost enough time in a world not my own, and still plagued with Starfleet.
You know, I'm not a scientist myself, Volek, but I do know that the best way to unplague yourself from Starfleet would be to get back in your ship and head back to Romulan space.
Oh, no, we do.
Oh,
Wait, do we?
Romulus still stands here, then.
Then it starts to occur to him what this is, and then he'll look over at his XO.
Concern.
All right. What do you want?
Freedom, chance to escape. When Romulus was destroyed, there was an evacuation. I thought I could make it out in time, but I was pulled in by the Nova and the red matter to this place with my subjects. I have been trapped here with my subjects, and I need to escape.
All right.
Subject.
So you want our help to escape?
I want your ship, and it's far better for the Federation that I have it than them.
Volek, I'm sure there's a way I can help you.
Starfleet, always talking, always talking. And he takes the disruptor, and you see Chief Medical Officer Carolyn Bryant fall. I do not have time for games, Captain. The shuttle now.
Are you talking about the shuttle that's near the anomaly?
No,
You want a new shuttle?
I need a new shuttle. Then you hear banging coming from his transmission, and you must do it quickly.
What's going on over there?
Very well, Volok. We will get you a shuttle, but I will need I will need proof that the hostages you have taken are safe for this exchange.
There are no hostages. There's no one left. It was just us.
Who's us? You and what's
Me
up?
and the Vulcan.
You want to insight check him?
I need to.
Yeah.
I really, like 8 more reallys need to.
Yeah.
Would y'all mind if I momentumed for this?
Do
I
it.
would really like to
No,
know if
do
there's
it.
any crew. Thank you. Plus, we had I think there was a little spillover from
There's
this,
4.
from our failures.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get momentum when we fail. It's great.
Yay!
Oh, well, that's not a natural 20. Carden's blessing be upon me.
Yeah.
What was the difficulty? In retrospect, I should have asked.
This was just a 2. This was pretty light work.
All right, then I give back what I spent. That's a total of 3.
So what are you trying to find?
He said the crew were all dead. With my bullshit assessment focus, is he lying?
You recall what he said, and he said it's just us. He never said they were dead.
Oh no. Those life forms, can we get any more information on them? Are they human? Are they humanoid?
They're humanoid for sure, except one.
Subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Not that kind of subjects.
Interesting. Okay. Man, I'm glad we did this calculus now because I was like, oh, it's just you now? Lock torpedoes.
Yeah.
I'm going to rid you of your Federation problem, sir. Okay. I'm gonna turn towards my commander and be like, can we get a transporter lock on him?
I'll talk to Transporter, see what we can do. Keep him busy.
We're arranging your shuttle now.
You must hurry. You must. And it cuts off.
Sir, that banging that we heard, could that have been the crew attempting to retake the ship?
Retake the ship? Possibly. Kill the person that experimented on them? Possibly.
They were all on the bridge. Would they have had time to get down to the medical officer?
I'm not sure, but we can't forget that there's still a cloaked ship out there. I don't know what the situation with that is and if it's related to this.
Should I roll for attempting a transporter lock? Or is that just going to be SOL?
You can try.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
Transporter's power requirement is 1, so that'll bring us down to...
Only if we actually get the lock.
11.
It is difficulty 2.
Alright.
Control engineering. But it's assisted by sensors plus engineering.
Did it say what the attribute was? Sorry.
Control engineering for transporting, but it's sensors plus engineering for the ship. If anybody wants to roll a d20 for Arlington.
Sure.
This difficulty increases by 1 if the target is not on a transporter pad, so it's difficulty... Oh, just like... Yeah. So...
The Arlington got a 6.
Sweet.
Oh,
do we
wait,
like
that's good.
fixed
Right.
systems as a-
Wrong system.
Oh, we have to lower shields to do this, too. So I'm gonna say... Yeah, go ahead and bring our shields down for this transport.
Okay. Do we like ship systems as a focus, Noir?
Love it. That works.
Fantastic.
We're lowering shields. Kirby's gonna take their brain out of the ship.
Meh.
If the ship gets hurt, well, their brain is in there. They also get hurt.
Yep, that's legit. All right, so we got one from the Arlo. Vandergraaf donates one as well, so that gets us to difficulty 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Transporter goes off without a hitch. I'm using the threat now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I had this that was too easy feeling.
You hear from the transporter bay. We received the. Oh my god! What is that? And you can see.
Security teams to transporter room 1.
You hear them making their way.
I immediately order security teams to transporter room 1.
Sir, permission to close bulkheads on that deck?
Oh, if you can do that remotely, absolutely.
Can I do that remotely?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and the XO ordered shields up again, so.
You hear Captain, security team just outside of transporter room. We're getting ready to go in.
What's the situation?
You hear the door. You hear the.
Oh,
door
okay. So they're headed
opens.
in now.
Sir, that nobody made it. I don't know what did this. There are tracks. It almost look reptilian, but I don't see anything.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to science and be like, run an internal scan immediately. Attention all decks. We have an intruder on board. Attention all decks. There is an intruder on board. And I'm going to turn to the commander after that and say, Commander, we should probably be looking at every tube, every conduit, every place that something could crawl into. And can we confirm that we beamed him off of that ship and that that's who arrived on our transporter pad?
So your internal scans go through the entire systems. There is no sign of any Romulan that you didn't already know was on the ship.
Right.
The systems do pick up what was transported into the ship is a species known to the Federation as the Gorn. However, they are picking up, however, from this specific life form, alterations. In fact, the system was
a super Gorn. If we beat the board.
Oh, it's so much better than that. It's so much better.
The systems aren't able to lock it down. It's almost if the system of the ship itself does not want to see it. Every time they lock it in, it can't hold the lock.
It's a cloaked being.
Okay. This is where I'm going to have to get on to my science officer here. Poor Bonnie is missing out on all good science stuff right now. He's gonna turn to his XO and a science officer and be like, is it possible that Chronoton or some kind of temporal anomaly is what's causing the confusion to the sensors? And if that's true, it's possible that somehow this Gorn, this modified Gorn, is affected by it. And then he's gonna glance over at Kirby, who is the big science head on the bridge, and say, is it possible that biology could be affected by temporal Chronoton beams or particles in any way?
I would like to use the inverse of what Sam used earlier, in which I give Noir a threat to ask 2 questions, as though I had just used it
just
to
have
obtain
more threats.
information. Yeah,
So much threat.
you have.
How much talent overlap did we?
I have the other half of it though. I
I almost took
threat
it.
for it.
What are your 2 questions?
That one, does this feel like some sort of like time chronoton anomaly that could make the computers react like this to an organic being. And I have the esoteric energy as a focus, as well as like biotechnology, ship security systems kind of thing.
I'm gonna use one of those threats that you gave.
Okay,
One of
cool.
that you gave me. You're trying to mull over what is it about the score and how did they change it so that it this doesn't make sense. And you kind of go through your neural interface to like put this all together. And the more you use your neural interface, the more there's a sound that becomes clear. The sound then becomes a word, and it keeps repeating.
Oh no.
We.
Nope. Oh no.
Told you.
We.
That's
In
it.
fact, you're starting to feel like if you don't turn this off,
We.
something's gonna happen.
We is what you heard.
Yup.
We.
Are you just saying we over and over out loud?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I
uh,
think they
could-
kind of eventually start to like grab at their head a little bit, and
Carl
I
is
don't
going
know
to.
if they can turn this off. I'm not sure. I think this is part of their brain.
Carl is going to get up and walk over to you and be like, Kirby, what's going on?
There's something else. There's something else.
Do we need to get you down to sick bay?
No.
You're clutching your head and screaming. Do we need to get you down to sick bay?
No. I'm gonna. They're gonna attempt to like put it like sleep mode. That piece of tech.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a. Let's make this a control security check.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty 1.
Okay. Computer systems, biotechnology as a focus, so either of those.
Mm-mm.
What did that data pad say again?
Don't believe me.
believe me.
Believe.
Hey, guess what? We believed.
Uh-huh. We sure did.
Okay. Really, my biotechnology can't help me here? Okay. Control, security.
Your biotechnology might actually hurt you here.
That's fair. My focus in it? My focus in it?
The more you want to understand what's happening, the longer you leave the door open.
Oh no, I'm trying to put it to sleep.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it'll help you.
Okay.
Kirby, since I'm sort of establishing that we're friends, is this something that I would have helped you do in the past? Like, mess with this thing? Would we have had fun experiments on it in the lower decks? Because
I mean, I'm sure they've talked about it a bunch. I don't think that they've ever had to shut it off outside of just regular maintenance before.
okay, I'm just wondering if I can assist you in any way.
I don't know. I don't know if that would because there's no like external parts. It's literally all internal.
Okay.
I did get 2. So
Okay.
I will get a momentum out of it, and they're able to put it to sleep, but they're a little dazed.
Yeah. You're a bit out of it. I'm going to say the security team is going to call the captain again.
Okay.
We've tracked it to engineering.
Engineering. Good. I was worried it was going to get to a sensitive area of the ship.
But that's just it, Captain. Gorn aren't necessarily fond of the temperatures
That's fine.
that we have to
engineering.
make.
Evacuate engineering immediately. I want all personnel, non-essential staff, out of there immediately.
Yes, sir.
And I want every security team on this ship to converge on engineering.
Sir, I don't think we haven't been able to scan this thing, but it's possible that I could try and turn on motion sensors in engineering to give us at least a, dots image on the view screen here of what's going on down there.
Do it.
Okay, what would I roll for that, Noir? Or do I need to roll for that?
So give me the plan one more time.
Turning on motion sensors in engineering so that we can't get like visuals or scans of what's going on in there, but we can see like these dots are Starfleet. This dot is thing we don't understand yet.
That'll be a simple insight security.
Insight security. Okie dokie.
Actually, make that reason security. I don't know why I said insight.
Reason security? Okay. Cool. Even worse at that. Okay, so I got one success.
Okay. And so you're able to clearly mark your people. And you see them all converging on engineering. And then the ship goes dark.
The whole ship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And then it comes back up just that quickly.
Status?
Engineering reported.
And you see the dots marking Starfleet officers in engineering.
Oh god.
They're
Just-
blinking out of existence?
They're just dropping.
Sir, recommend sealing off engineering? Or wait, maybe we could try venting the antimatter in there if none of our people are alive? See if we can at least slow this thing down?
You see Shaw clenching his jaw, and he stands up and he marches towards the turbolift.
Sir.
You have the con, and he'll step inside.
Sir, no.
As you're getting ready to get into the turbo lift, you just hear Nevik weakly go, "Captain, we're being held. What do you want to do?"
All right, I'll see what they have to say. So he shuts the turbolift and says, "On screen."
And you see Velik kind of hold up somewhere in the Newton.
The real
And and it's almost like he's out of it. And he just goes, "You ever ask yourself, how do you fight a god?"
Particularly no.
Only when arguing with my captain.
I studied Terran mythology. You know what intrigued me the most was the story of Prometheus. Climbed the heavens, stole fire, and gave it to the rest. It's in reading that Terran mythology that I understood that the difference between the gods and mortals was simply understanding. It'll be centuries for you. But for me and my people, we faced beings that others would call gods, able to change visage at will. And then we met others who could share their understanding with each other in moments. How do you account for that? The beings on this ship, the one that is on your ship, is centuries beyond you. You will die if you stay and fight. Surrender to me. Surrender your ship to me. Get me the shuttle to get me out of here so that you might have a chance.
I give you a shuttle to leave, and we have a fighting chance.
You give me a shuttle to get to the Arlington, and you give me the Arlington. It is the only way that you survive this.
I'm going to insight check him.
It's going to be, he is in an emotionally compromised state, so this is only going to be difficulty 1.
Okay. Command insight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's a 3 and a 10, so that is 2 successes.
Okay. With that, he does not appear to be lying, but he is Romulan. He is proud. He is a warrior, and his venom is clearly hiding his fear. He continues, if understanding is what separates mortals from gods, then you have no choice but to surrender your ship to me, because you do not even know the names of the beings that would kill you. You have no understanding of the Borg. You have no understanding of the Dominion. These things are beyond you and your time. If you want to survive, then you will give me the Arlington, so I can prepare the Federation, so that I can prepare Romulus.
I mean, Shaw is like, you
So
want me to just give you my ship?
Sorry, I feel so bad.
Like,
Not bad enough to stop, though, huh?
No.
We're gonna see this through.
Commander looks to the captain. A little bit of pleading under the expression. We do have to find out
Suggestions?
We can't fix this without knowing what's going on over there.
it's not in the Starfleet regulations to simply hand over a Constitution-class starship to an enemy who just murdered a Starfleet officer.
Have we cut comms to this guy?
No, he's still there.
I don't mind if he hears me say that.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
just wanted to say something that I didn't. Okay,
Yeah.
so then
Go ahead.
Carl is gonna go back to his station and punch a private message to the captain and the commander that just says, I can, if we can get him on a shuttle and I'm piloting the shuttle, I might be able to delay him long enough to get him to talk.
But what
Or at
about the
least
message
brag.
we received? The "Don't believe me" message. And what about the cloaked ship that's hovering around out there?
We get more answers from there than here.
Whatever happens next, I think we go grab him from that ship. I think that's the next step, no matter what.
Aye, sir. They start packing like they don't want to hear like before that yes turns to a no.
No, he doesn't stop you.
Yep.
But I am gonna immediately look at Volkov and say, "Go with them." That's you, Mike.
Oh,
You're Volkov.
Volkov. Yes. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the. I thought you were talking about the Vulcan next to me. Sorry. Yes, sir. And he'll start throwing, phaser into bag and getting tricorder and
Do you
go
need
ahead
a scientist with you? You could probably use
Yes.
one. Kirby? Congratulations. You're going on your first away mission.
That wasn't really part of the deal, the whole thing.
Deal's changed.
Oh, okay.
Commander, they're all yours.
Oh,
Throw my
boy.
arm around
All right, with me.
Kirby. We're gonna have so much fun. Don't you worry about
we're
anything.
not, though. We are not.
No, we're
though.
definitely gonna die.
Lieutenant Nevik just drinks the synthol. Court martial be damned.
As they proceed, I'd like to do one quick loop back to the captain. We'll take care of anything we can take care of over there, sir. But hold it down here on the Arlington. Give
Do
us
what I
something to get
can.
back to.
It's not a whole lot Phaser will do to a god if he is telling the truth. But I'll do what I can, Commander.
You'll figure
Worst case
something out.
scenario, if you don't have a ship to come back to, well, you've got the Newton.
Lieutenant Volkov presses another couple buttons on his datapad and sends Captain Shaw several Starfleet records of Captain Pike using a phaser on a god.
But in all seriousness, I'd love to roll to create an advantage. I have some relating to creating advantage for allies that represent guidance or device.
Okay. And as this is the Kelvin timeline, he looks at the footage of Pike and goes, "Who the hell is that?"
No, Pike's a admiral here. He's a big deal. In the movie.
Pike,
he's dead.
Pike is very dead. He died. He died in the terrorist attack.
Oh right, yeah, he's very dead.
From Khan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he still had a long and distinguished
White Khan
Starfleet
killed him.
career. He's like way older than he is in the other timeline for reasons.
Right.
Strangely enough, the maiden voyage of the Enterprise of the Kelvin universe was Star Trek 1. So that means Pike only got to fly the Enterprise of the Kelvin universe twice before he died.
Sam, we have so much momentum, so if you want to buy some dice for that roll.
Yeah.
I realize I think creating advantage is a 2 momentum spend, so there's that,
All right.
and it can be the advantage that represents advice. If and when Eric needs to hold it down on the Arlington, you'll be able to reroll 1d20, and I will be able to assist you even though I'm not there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. And so we have our away team making their way to the Newton. We have I've been wanting to say this since the beginning. We have a Borgorn on
Which,
the Arlington.
by the way, you can face in Star Trek Online at any time you like.
Yeah, you can. I had to do it, man. That was too awesome not to.
I appreciate you.
The internet is for Gorn.
I would like to explode the USS Arlington.
Self-destruct. I turn my brain back on.
Sam joined the Borg
Just want to point out,
willingly.
in the early days of Star Trek Online, when people weren't asking where's Sulu, the next thing that everyone was doing was dropping Gorn puns nonstop into zone chat. It never ended. It never ended.
The early days? You say that as if it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, it's true. Every now and then it'll start back up again. Gorn with the Wind is still the classic. The Gorn identity is pretty damn good, though.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Gorn.
That's Jason Gorn.
I'll give myself more threat. No, I'm kidding. All right, and so our away team is making their way to the Newton. We've got Captain Shaw still on the Arlington with the Borg Gorn. I think now might be a pretty good time for a break. How you guys feeling?
Sounds good.
Sure.
To
I have to,
me.
yes, but also.
All right.
The Borg is okie dokie.
All right. Well, I hope we're all having fun. We'll be back in
So
a
much
couple
fun.
of minutes. Until then, see you there. Lens flare.
I want to bring him back from this, but I'll do what I must to stop him. No matter the cost.
This is Defender. We could use more armored units at City Hall, and we have wounded here.
Red Snake, you have incoming contact. Witchcraft, Ironclad, Black Mask. What's your situation?
The undead are numerous and running amok. We're falling back to 4th Station Steelhead.
Go forth, my children, and feed upon the living.
I'm just finishing up my patrol now. What the? I was wrong. Things are starting to heat up.
The battle rages onward. Victory will be ours.
Calling all champions. This is a global distress call. Report to the nearest crisis zone and engage the enemy.
Meta-humans detected. Changing targeting lock.
There's something happening down below in the North Dark Reaches, and I need someone to find out what. A friend of mine, a dark elf by the name of Braylon Janquay, sent a message up that he'd found something unusual, but then disappeared. I need to know what he knows.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of our Star Trek Online one shot. We've got a Gornborg. We've got
a Gorg.
The
Gorn to be wild.
Gorns and roses.
We
all
also
right, we can't
have
make all these puns of Gorn.
We have a mad scientist Romulan and Borg in the Kelvin universe. Well, let's see what we've got going on. So
hey, the Nero's ship was based on Borg tech, so one nano molecule survives. That was 100% for you, Mei-Ling, and I hope you're happy.
Our camera checks in on the runabout. heading over to the USS Newton. We just take a look inside and we see 4 faces getting ready to go into a clearly perilous situation. So let's take a look inside there. What are you guys saying? What are you doing? How are you preparing for this?
Well, I am probably already on the shuttle running pre-flight checks and changing all of the default settings to be more like the settings I would like the shuttle to be at in case we have to make several quick getaways.
Adjusting the seat and the headrest.
Removing the dampeners on thruster speed and
the radio station tuning.
Yeah. Turning off the safeties, that kind of thing.
And Sydney?
Sydney is grabbing a pack from a set of cubby holes, each one having a label over it for a different type of circumstance. So there is the engineering crisis go bag, there is the search and rescue go bag, this is the danger go bag. It just says, the label just says danger. What's up?
What is up in danger?
Best soundtrack.
Seriously.
And so you're all in the runabout, and you're making your way to the Newton. And halfway across the Newton, you see the other runabout right next to the temporal anomaly. And for just a second, it looks like there's light shining from the inside out. And before you can really even take that in, you feel the runabout shaking as it begins to dock against the Newton. And then you just hear as the door to the runabout opens and you have access to the Newton.
Okay. And we're so sure about this. Like, for real, totally want to do this.
So can we, before we open the doors, Commander, do we have any plans you want to go over for how we want to handle this? I'm thinking we're stringing this guy along, right? We're not just ferrying him over as a taxi service?
That is correct. We are not here for complete compliance. We need to evaluate the situation on the ship. Last we saw, assuming our sensors were accurate, most of the remaining life signs were on the bridge. We should verify that. We should find this worst pirate I've ever heard of. And if possible, and I turn to Kirby with it, we should find out whose me is that we shouldn't believe.
Yeah. I need to get a computer to do that, though.
Well, then it sounds like the first order of business is to find you one. I'd like to spend another 2 to create an advantage in association with all that stuff.
Okay, so that's
out of methodical planning. This is on the methodical planning talent and the teacher talent.
Noir,
I believe that.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have a focus in Star Trek ship identification and a value of nothing is better than starships, would I have a knowledge of the internal layout of a ship of this class?
Yeah. And especially it being one of the smaller ships in the Federation and such a, it's dedicated just for science missions. I would say this is one of the easier ones for you to remember the layout for.
Okay, cool. I'll pull up my latest copy of my copy of Jace's Interstellar on the data pad that has the layout and info.
All right, so as you make your way inside the shuttle bay, you see phaser burns kind of all against the door. Here, clearly there was a firefight. And as you head deeper into the shuttle bay, you see a few bodies lying around. You see one of the bodies on the floor. It's got metal pieces all over it, wires coming out of its eyes. You've never seen anything quite like this. It's a very crude union between organic and inorganic material.
So that totally metagame question, and my character wouldn't know this, but for my imagining sake, this is not a Borg drone. This is a proto-Borg drone.
This is a Borg drone, full on.
Oh, okay.
And you're taking a look at the organic material, and it is Klingon.
Huh.
You said bodies, plural.
Yes, there is another body. No organic material. I'm trying to remember the species.
Could it be a Lethian, perhaps?
Yes, there is a Lethian body on the floor. It does not appear to have any weaponry, but you do see that it is lying right next to that augmented humanoid individual. Clearly, you could tell that these two were
they were
probably
scrapping, and they both lost.
Yeah, the Lethian. It's very clear that they got blasted. The other body, however, nothing very obvious on him.
Okay. Thank you.
What would you all like to do?
I stupidly would like to take a closer look at the body with all the implants, and to see if I can figure out what the hell it is.
Know thine enemy.
Perfect. That would be a reason science.
Cool. Cool. That's I needed a 10 and I rolled double 11s.
And we get 2 momentum.
Whee!
You clearly don't recognize what this is, but more than that, as you look at the inorganic material, you're not sure how this tech works either. Some of the engineering here just doesn't make sense to you.
Hey Kirby, have you ever seen anything like this? You're way more tech than me.
Kirby has been hiding behind the XO since they stepped off the ship, and is like a foot behind, like very much. I mean, you would all know this is very much not their bag.
Oh no, that's the worst. That's
like,
the worst place to stand, Kirby. That's where the things come out of the shadows from behind you and grab you. You should come over here.
I don't like that either. And Kirby will kind of like shuffle over and like, I guess kind of like, I mean, initially kind of like be like, I'm not gonna look, but then it's like, oh wait, that's actually kind of interesting, and we'll crouch down and kind of like a foot away, like keeping body away, but also like leaning, like not really sure how to be nervous about this, but also intrigued. And they're gonna see if any of it looks. I doubt it. I don't think they would have ever seen anything exactly like this before.
So you don't even need to roll to know that you have not seen anything like this before. Now, if you're trying to gather any more information, like can you rework some of this material to work for you? Like you would have to delve a little deeper into it.
Yeah, I think I do. Sam has a question though. Is it about?
It doesn't have to be immediate. I just I've just remembered that quick survey exists, and now is the time I have to use it.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
top of the scene. Yeah, I think they do want to do like if they have like a personal like a pad or something. And see if they can like interface via the pad with any of this tech. I think that's what they want to try to do.
Yep, go ahead and give me a control command.
Control command?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to buy a die with momentum because we had a
That
bunch.
should bring us down to 4 is my count.
I have us at 5, but I could have missed one.
We are new scene.
Yes, that would be where I missed it.
This is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Difficulty 2. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Computer systems, biotechnology. Would either of those as a focus be useful here?
Biotechnology, yes.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. That is 4. It's 2 3s.
Okay. So you go ahead, bank to momentum. You start to scan their mechanics, and surprisingly enough, it's very easy for you to access. Your neural implant is starting to feed you the signal and the code that you need to basically connect to the network. And you do. First thing that you understand is that this ship is absolutely compromised. There is something in it that is not Starfleet. The second thing that you get very clearly in your mind, the same word, but now you can close your eyes and you can almost see it. We. But this time, there's a question mark.
We. Who are you? Who are you? And
Kirby, you're doing that talking to yourself thing again. You good? You good?
Uh-huh.
You good?
Uh-huh. They are. There's something.
I should say so.
I don't know.
We?
Noir, another threat for you.
They want to see us all die.
They do.
I said this off stream, but this character was my gift to Noir for this situation.
And now you start to hear footsteps coming from down the hall. In this direction, you can tell is the brig and the mess hall. And just, I want to say just a healthy number of foot stomps, just all uniform, all heading your way.
This is fine.
I just need to loop back to my quick survey.
Yes.
We are in a shuttle bay. We have seen strange behavior from a shuttle. So I am curious about said shuttle, especially while we are in a shuttle bay. Does it look like there? Is there the empty parking spot? Like,
yes.
Is there good evidence that this is that thing was at some point real? Because we didn't get to just like drive through it before we parked. We went straight to the.
Yeah. In fact, the Newton is such a small ship that you can tell that they have capacity for 2 runabouts, but they're only carrying 1.
Yeah.
And so you're coming into an empty garage. You know they had to have 1, so it makes sense to you that, oh, the one we passed out there, that's the one that belongs in here.
Do all of the locks seem like... Do I see any sign that it launched in haste or in any form of duress, given that I see bodies here? and there are scorch marks around the shuttle bay. Does it look like, you drive off with the parking brake still on because you want to get out of there?
You could tell where the body of that Lethian is that they were heading in the direction of where the parking spot was. They just didn't make it.
Okay. So a non-Starfleet, non-thing species heading toward that shuttle. Carl, we saw that Romulan hold up. Could you recognize from the background of the bulkhead where that might have been on this ship?
I can certainly try. Do we have the footage here so I can take another look?
I will say that what you recall was he was clearly in Jeffrey's tubes.
Okay. All right. So yes, Commander, I'm pretty sure he was hiding in the Jeffrey's tubes.
Well, it's probably because it's a good idea. He didn't give us any rendezvous. He wanted our ship, but didn't give us any rendezvous point.
Yeah.
The footsteps
I say we go looking for where we found him. Yep. Do we see a good Jeffrey's tube? I have a weird feeling there's a good entry to a Jeffrey's tube here.
You know what? I'm not even going to make you roll. You see a ladder leading up to some Jeffrey tubes. And with that, the camera zooms out as we see the four of you make your way up, and we zoom back to the Arlington. Captain, you get word from the security team. We've successfully evacuated engineering. We don't have visual on the creature any longer, but we're still on the lookout. Do you have any orders?
Just stay outside of main engineering. I need confirmation as to where its location is so that we can lock it down.
Okay.
Do not engage if you do not have to engage.
All right, sir. Wait, what's that? And then you hear phaser fire, and then comms go quiet for a little. You see Lieutenant Navek just kind of look back at you, Captain, and offers the glass of simple.
The captain stares daggers at him and says, Lieutenant?
I thought it might help. Sorry. They just go back.
This poor bastard.
Shaw's gonna slowly take it from him and says, "To your post, Lieutenant."
Thank you, Cap, sir. And as they sit back, it's that classic like Star Trek camera swing where we see his face and he just gives a smile. And then we fade back and we're in Jeffrey tubes, and you're able to see from one of the vents humanoids in Starfleet uniforms with these machinations all throughout their body. And they're passing you, clearly heading in the direction of the shuttle that just landed. Kirby, you hear it again. We. And you see W-E ?
So, sorry, we're staring at the drones marching by us on the Jeffrey tubes?
Just as you're scurrying along, there's a vent.
I see. Got it.
They were coming in. We got out. We looked down the vent to see. Are they heading toward?
They're heading towards the shuttle bay.
Okay. But not yet toward the shuttle. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Do they mostly look like senior officers, or are there any ensigns or
It's mainly ensigns that you're seeing here.
You got something against the lower decks?
They just want
I want more seasons.
Ensigns will continue to be assimilated until I get more seasons.
I'm sorry, Sam. What was that?
No, It's fine. I mean, obviously, it's not even slightly fine. It is absolutely soul crushing. But you know, it's fine.
I'm so sorry.
You're not. All right, shall we?
And so, they all pass by, and as the last one passed by, Kirby, you hear "we" one more time, and you notice one stops.
Oh no.
And it looks in your direction, and it feels like it's making direct eye contact. What do you do?
So I'm getting those "we" through the neural interface.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna repeat it back. We. through the interface, not out loud.
When you say "we," for a moment, it's as though you're given full access to the network. And just as quickly as you get it, it goes away. But in your mind, you feel the controls of the ship. You feel as though if you willed it, you could open and close any door on this vessel. And then you start to see a war that you're not familiar with. Then you see a whole quadrant of space that nobody really has explored yet. But you swear that you know different locations in this quadrant of space, and as quickly as you gain that knowledge, it's gone. And then you just see "we."
Kirby, you still with us?
Yeah.
Should we be worried about that one that's looking
Yeah,
at us?
did that one continue on, or did it stay? Is it still staring in
As
this
soon
direction?
as you guys acknowledged it, he turns his head and follows the rest of them.
I think it looked at me.
You specifically? I saw it looking in our direction. You think it was, what, trying to communicate?
I don't know. They keep saying "we." So I said it back. Sort of. Just like beep. And then it moved on, I guess.
Huh.
Those were Starfleet officers once. Be careful.
But what are they now?
We.
What is that what we're gonna call them? The we? Because that sounds a little bit. Never mind. This is a very serious situation.
We need to find that Romulan. Would you maybe find the device? You sent.
Yeah.
All right. So would you like to continue on?
Yeah.
So as you continue on, I'm gonna say someone give me a reason engineering check. Someone who saw. Yeah, you were all at the view screen when you saw the Romulan. So.
That's not my.
I'm good for 15 on that.
What's that?
I roll for 17 on that.
All right.
It's just a difficulty of 1. It's pretty simple.
And I think we're maxed out on, or very close to. I'm gonna buy a die, just because. What is this in relation to as far as focuses? I have computer systems, esoteric energy sources, starship security systems, biotech, technological forgery.
Security systems, I think, would work well here.
Okay.
Just from what you recall of seeing of the Romulan when he was huddled up.
That's 3.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, bank your 2, and you're able to lead them in the area in short order. You could tell that those were tubes that were closer to where the bridge was just by the quantity of wiring that you saw. And And you take a turn in the tunnels, and there he is, and he just glares. About time. And that's where the camera's going to switch back over to the Arlington, and Captain, you get another message, which is we have visual.
Let me see it.
And it comes up on the viewfinder, and you see that you see it for the first time. Half of its skull appears has been replaced with metal. There's wiring going all throughout his one left eye, and its claws have been shrouded in metal as well. And you see that it's kind of sniffing around the warp core.
It's sniffing around the warp core.
Mm-hmm. Captain, what's the order?
You have that place evacuated?
Yes, only necessary personnel.
I want you to seal the warp core and vent plasma into that space.
Aye, Captain. And you see from the soldier's perspective as they're slowly going back. They close it, and let's see. Let's leave this to chance. Ooh, I like that. Okay. They're beginning the work, and you're getting all of the signals of radiation leak, you know, damage. Here's protocol, and it's asking for your confirmation.
If I'm gonna wait until I have confirmation that everybody is out of that space.
Security goes over, and we got Captain. We're just missing one. We can't account for him. I can go back in and look, or we can do this now.
Nope, hold. Just hold.
And you see, he's holding, and we're waiting to see if this other Starfleet officer makes it to the exit and how long. You do also see from the viewfinder that the Gorn is starting to move away from the warp core. Its interest is almost going somewhere else. And you just hear the panic in this officer's voice. Do we do it now?
Nope.
Hold fast.
You've got that rising tension Star Trek music, and we cut back over to the Newton, and Alec looks at all of you. So, get me out of here. Let's go.
There's a troop of them in the shuttle bay. We're going nowhere right now. Kirby, check that transmitter, see whether that's what sent the message we were looking for earlier.
What message?
That it's him.
Yeah, okay. And they will kind of just like scramble their way into an area that like as if they have like, you know, okay, I've been given an instruction, here we go, I have no regard for anyone else's personal space, and they will scramble up and in front and try to figure out if the message that they were able to snag earlier came from here.
So you get to the pad, and I'm not gonna make you roll for this. This is pretty simple for you. You do see that the message did come from this pad.
What was the message?
The full message is, "Do not believe me. Hostage to a Romulan terrorist."
Ah.
Oh, I see. And they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, we got that. And is gonna kind of like take the pad and like pass it backwards to the XO.
I'm going to double check. I have a feeling this originally belonged to the CMO.
Yes.
All right. Lovely. Good. That inspires cooperation.
Listen, I don't know what you people are playing at, but we do not have time. Get me to the shuttle, and get me to the shuttle now!
Yes, you've established an extraordinary amount of trust, and we're going to do exactly as you say. Alternatively, over here in reality, you're going to tell us what was going on so that we can appropriately assess the situation, and maybe, just maybe, if you hope with your whole little heart, we can all get out of here. What happened and when?
I told you everything that there is to tell you. During the destruction of Romulus, I fell through the singularity that Nero created. I'm here now with my subjects, and I have lost control of them, and so we must go.
So you've lost control of them, but you want us to believe that if we help you, you can turn them off? Stop the one that's on our ship?
Oh, dear God. My mind is the most valuable thing in your universe. You insignificant Federation
Yes,
dog.
you're very impressive and your ego is very big and we don't have time.
Commander,
I am aware of technologies that won't exist in this world for centuries.
He would have been RKO'd if I was there already. It already happened.
I know.
I would have gotten him in mid-sentence
The only
out of
thing that's
just
keeping
out of
me
nowhere.
from stunning him is that the fact that I would get court-martialed for not doing it before I get an order.
I don't work here. Kirby's gonna keep shuffling down and try to find any sort of computer panel while he's monologuing. They're like just gonna keep shuffling down the Jeffrey cubes until they find computer access.
Get this mutt off of me!
They don't.
Nope, there it is. Nope.
First off,
permission to stun. Permission to stun.
Thank
check.
you for checking. Yeah, that was
Okay.
That word does something to me. Yeah.
All right. So you're just still scampering and stuff as he's doing his big bad guy, and he just.
Yeah, I'm not Starfleet, man. I don't...
Yeah.
Fine. Enough. I can help the Federation prevent the loss of life equal to billions. I am aware of technology that will not exist in this time for centuries.
I stun him. I got permission from the commander 5 seconds ago, so
and with
he's
that,
just repeating himself.
In the midst of that, he just.
Oh, he was loud. Okay. Yeah, Kirby's trying to interface with any sort of computer like login from Jeffrey Suit. If there's any sort of panel that they can get into.
Oh, I'd love some wires if you got it. We gotta tie him up.
Yeah, what can I find? I mean, the ship was in some sort of disrepair. I'm sure there's stuff loose.
I'll
all
just
over.
pull open a panel and start ripping wires out. The ship's already.
Okay, hold on. I need some of those. Jeez. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, you're right. I took the danger bag, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah. I'm gonna cash in some threat now.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Love that for you.
So you pull a wire, and we get the classic console explosion, and it sends you through the vent.
Through the vent.
Oh no.
And you do one of those classic Star Trek head shakes to clear your head, and you see standing in a black jumpsuit a pale, bald figure with wiring on both eyes, and it looks down at you.
We come in peace?
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
It looks and it says, "We would like to talk to you."
To me?
No,
I'm the one down on the floor.
To Carl.
You. Oh, okay.
What do you say, Carl?
Dialogue is an important part of relations. And I'm going to stand up and back a few steps away. I would love some assurances about your intentions here and any information you have about the gentleman who was doing experimentation on you.
Your biological material is redundant. You are not worthy of assimilation. We would like to talk to you.
I feel vaguely insulted, and I don't even know why.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, no, totally. Okay. All right. Backing a few more steps away. Okay. So you don't want to assimilate me. Tap button on Kelvin-verse. Turn on comlink on my belt and flip it open so that this conversation is being broadcast to the commander and Kirby. That is great because I personally prefer not to be assimilated, whatever that means. So, what would you like to talk about?
If you wanted your companions to be witness to this conversation, you need only have asked. And they're transported right next to you.
Okay.
Great, gang's
It's
all
a breach
here.
of etiquette, you know.
I'm glad you didn't hurt their feelings.
I'll just close this then. Thanks for making that easier.
Vandegraaff body blocks for Kirby.
We require your assistance.
Okay.
We are removed from our collective.
That's why you're taking pieces from this ship. You're trying to fix something. You all have a problem.
We do not belong here.
That's pretty apparent. Where would you like to go?
And you see in the room a Starfleet officer who has all the machinations grafted onto him walk in and they find that it would be easier for you to talk to a Starfleet officer.
Jesus.
It is hard for them to maintain control so far removed from their collective. We would like to assist the Federation in technological advances so that you might join us and assist us in returning to our collective.
May I deploy a bullshit assessment, please?
Yeah, yay, Trojan horse.
Yay! No way this could go wrong.
I mean, it's not like I sincerely think there is mendacity, but nonetheless, it is Seuss.
It is
what's the difficulty?
This is only going to be a difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Borg bag poker face.
Yeah, it's very obvious what's going on here.
I don't know. It's something in the one shots. Apparently, it's not even Carden. That's a 1.
Did you give me another threat? Oh,
it's a 1 and a 2. So that's 4 successes.
We're super maxed out on momentum.
All right, yeah, I'll see what I can do with some floats. Maybe obtain some informations, create some advantages. Maybe. Again. All right. Anyway, yeah.
So there is a cold, calculating nature to this thing.
Yeah.
But there's something in it that you can feel, that you can hear. That it's not that you can't quantify it, you can't prove that it's there, but you feel it. You feel that this creature that is talking to you has ambitions that it's not mentioning.
All right. Well, I think we're at like 3 floating because I think we were already maxed. So that gives me 1 obtain. Ambitions like personal slash, considering the collective, personal ambitions, or that there are further plans. Like, is this a
Personal.
desperation flavor?
This is personal.
Personal.
Interesting.
I'd like to spend the other 2 to create an advantage. I've got your number.
Okay.
For future socials involving the we.
Okay.
This guy, I bet you anything, all this dude wants is lockbox keys. I bet all he wants is like a 20-pack.
Are you kidding? No, we're just finding out what they would in fact do for a Klondike bar.
I am going to need Kirby, by the way, to make me another control command. This time it's difficulty 3.
Good.
Oh, so this is a wisdom save in STA.
I love it. Okay. Computer systems, esoteric energy sources, starship security systems, biotechnology,
Biotechnology.
Biotechnology. Okay. And I'm gonna buy a die because we have so many, and I need help because this one's not good. Okay. So difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Let's see.
The goof laugh. What does that mean? Did you succeed?
You have determination.
I do. I rolled a 19, a 12, and a 2, and I needed an 11 or under, so I have 2 successes. But it's not great.
Did we get the difficulty on the roll?
Yeah.
3.
It's 3.
Oh, no, I did say 3. I'm sorry.
You could succeed at cost.
I could succeed at cost.
If Noir is down for
Oh,
it.
yeah. I am.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. What
Because
was the cost?
because Chad has been starving him of threat this entire game.
Poor,
so he'd be doing
poor
Noir
boy
a
can't
favor.
do any
Yeah.
threat.
I'm,
He just got another one.
Why?
I love you, Rogan.
Okay, so with determination, can I input that after a roll, or does that have to be an
It'll allow you to reroll.
Yeah.
You won't get the auto crit, but you can reroll selectively those dice that didn't succeed. So you could hang on to the 2.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, I have a value. Haven't died yet. Won't be now.
Okay.
You knew what you.
I like that you added that at the end because you could be asking for it, but then you're like, but no, I'm not.
Haven't died yet.
I dig
Won't be
that.
now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. I got a 9, which is the other one still is forsaking me, but that's 3.
Okay. So with the 3, you're able to see that this individual that they're talking to has full command over the network that you got a glimpse of. The understanding that you realize how much control he has over the ship and over the other bots that he has with him. So that you just have more of an understanding of the situation that you're in.
There is an individual controlling. It is not one united intent.
It seems to all be coming from this one.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe what this one looked like again? This
He is in a jumpsuit, just black,
species, the one not in.
A
Starfleet.
human, pale skin, no hair, no eyebrows, no beard, and he has neural implants on both eyes.
Okay.
So, what would you all like to do?
Yeah, I think at this point you're actually going to hear
Yeah.
Shaw through the communicators, which, by the way, are
The flip
yeah,
things.
flip communicators. They're chirping that he is trying to reach you all.
Captain, this is the commander.
Status update. What's going on over there?
We've made contact. They are seeking assistance.
Assistance. Is this one of their crew member that's on board threatening to destroy us?
That one is still under the control of the Romulan scientist.
Under the control of the Romulan scientist.
I
That didn't
point
sound
down
like
at
the Romulan scientist talking just now.
I point down at the guy on the floor. So he has what, a control panel for it?
No, he issues orders.
What's our momentum pool at, by the way?
You are at 4.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That's what I've got. Cool. All right. How do you want to proceed, Commander?
Oh, you guys got another momentum.
Yay! Thank you,
Wherever
Be
you
Open
are.
Sky.
Thank you. Oh, it's Be Open Sky. Someone likes us. I'm glad that somewhere in the 90 plus people that are enjoying our torture here, I'm glad that somebody out there is rooting for us. All right. Shaw just asks, what's your assessment? What do you want to do?
Sir, there was a distress call. And some of these people were Starfleet officers. And they are in distress.
All right, Commander, I defer to you on this. It's your call.
I would like to continue to liaise with them and find out more about the situation.
Keep me updated. And if there's any way from over there you can call off this hound that's about to destroy the Arlington, that would be appreciated, I'm sure.
It would be a sign of good faith if hostilities on our ship were to cease. That is directed at...
We require the Romulan's life.
Sir, did you get that?
I did.
Well, I mean,
No, we can't.
We should render
that's a
the
Starfleet
context
thing.
that he appears to have authored this state of being via experimentation. I do not get the impression that it was excessively ethical.
Commander, I can make this even easier for you. That Romulan never officially requested sanctuary aboard this vessel.
I don't recall any such thing, sir.
Sir?
My first obligation is to protect this crew.
if it's any consolation, I don't think he actually exists here. You know, just throwing it out there. What he says is to be believed.
But, sir, we're not gonna let these guys just kill a prisoner, yes?
He will not be killed. His biological advances will be added to our own. He will be assimilated.
Yeah, what does that entail? We've said it a couple of times. Just out of curiosity.
I believe of your comrades you would know more. you have seen.
Didn't I forget it immediately? Like I got all of the stuff and then it went away.
You're aware that it happened, but you can't recall the particulars.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I saw some stuff, but it's intangible. It's didn't stay very long. Marbles on glass, sand through your fingers, whatever.
I would be obligated otherwise if he had formally requested asylum, even though he is technically wanted for murder.
In another timeline, again.
This person you're speaking to, is this Romulan also guilty of crimes against his people?
We do not care for the laws of the unassimilated. His biological advances his biological advances will be added to our own, and he will be assimilated.
All we want is our people back.
The assimilation process can be undone, and we will, once we have assured ourselves that the Federation will assist us in returning to our collective.
If you, like him, are not a part of this universe, or this timeline, then it's appropriate that you are returned to whichever place you came from. We should not interfere with whatever is the course of events of wherever you were coming from. So, I'm inclined to see this through.
Very well.
If there can be assurances from you.
Your assurance is present in the fact that you remain alive.
Under his breath, he looks over at one of his crew members and goes, "Yeah, I'm starting to believe that too." Very well. What is it that you need from us?
For your society to advance 200 to 300 years in your technological capacity, we can help you with this.
That would be destructive for our entire civilization. Advancing us 200 years in technology, the implications of what that would do to our society.
We can show you a way to a more perfect society.
Does the more perfect society look like, and I gesture at the drones over in the...
Yeah.
We use the materials available to us. They will not be so crude once we have successfully educated the Federation.
So just so that I understand you, you wish to gift us technology so that we will advance to the point in which we would be worthy to be conquered by you?
We do not conquer.
If this was to happen, how would it happen? Would you be able to call off the creature that's currently in our engineering?
It looks down at the unconscious Romulan and picks him up, one-handed.
I'm not sure I would allow that.
You can stop this at any point. So let me know.
If he reaches down for him, I'm just gonna put a hand in between him and the. We haven't finished negotiating.
We require the biological substance of the Romulan in order to get the Gorn to heal.
So, between you and me, Noir.
Mm-hmm.
the glitch that keeps popping into the logic circuit here for Nevin is, what is stopping him from taking it? Because if this guy can put a stop to this Gorn creature and is from the future, I have to imagine that if he is part of the unit that took out most of the Starfleet on board that vessel, I have to imagine my entire away team must be in danger just being in this dude's presence.
Yeah.
But so what is stopping him from just taking it right now? And that's what Shaw's trying to wrap his head around. It's not telling me something.
So I will say this. There is a bit of a shell game going on, and you've all kind of taken your eye off of one very important ball.
The cloaked vessel?
Yeah.
I haven't taken my eye off it. I'm trying to figure out how that factors into
I
it.
was going to ask about that next, but
Kirby is aware of Kirby is aware of everything that this Borg currently has control of.
Oh, I'm still aware of it.
You're able to dig back in to see, but when you were in there, he had control of the other Borg and this ship.
Yeah.
But not the cloaked ship. And we have an assimilated Klingon on board.
While this is all like happening and like this like grab, prevent, Kirby's kind of like slowly shuffling around. You said there was a drone like Starfleet officer in here with us who kind of had like a breakout. And
You're all basically in the hallway after being knocked out of the vent.
Okay.
There's a Starfleet Borg. There's the black jumpsuit, which is the main bad guy, and there's all of you.
Okay, so while this like brief commotion and while they're focused on the captain talking all this stuff, Kirby's kind of shuffled around next to the Starfleet drone. What tech is visible?
On the Starfleet drone?
Yes.
A shoulder piece and just a plate on the face, but not around the eye.
So I have a value.
Mm-hmm.
No system is unhackable. I want to make some really bad decisions.
Oh,
okay.
Someone's about to kiss a Borg queen.
I want to see what I can sever. Like I want to see what connections I can like hack, like snip. I want to see what I can do here.
Okay. Go ahead and it's gonna be
Kirby doesn't know.
Control. This is gonna be control engineering.
Okay. I'm a bad die, friends.
Always do the bad idea.
Yeah.
Always do.
And I'm gonna use that value to give myself an auto 2.
Mm-hmm.
What was my difficulty?
This is difficulty 3. This is 3, definitely.
Okay. So, neural interface. A character has a cybernetic device implanted directly into their brain, allowing them to interface with computers and similar technologies with their thoughts. Would you call this similar technologies?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Y'all, this is so... Okay. Whew. Oh, wait. Focuses biotechnology?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my god, you guys! Probably the worst roll I've ever done.
Oh no!
I get one reroll because of neural interface.
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys.
And you have 2 successes already in the bank.
I do, yeah. I just want to make sure. Can I get? Okay, yeah. And that's a 5.
I have a question for you when this is all done, Noir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You got 4?
I got 4.
All right. Before we get to you, what's your question, Eric?
Shaw's actually probably gonna break a value here.
Ooh, let's go!
To get a point of determination back, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for it.
So the value is trust is the only way we move forward.
Oh, tell me how he's breaking it.
I have been raised like cookie cutter Starfleet, looking for that diplomatic solution in everything. And every turn we've had just feels like we are being shuffled off of the side of a cliff. And this person has all the cards and is basically saying, we want to give you a bomb. And once it blows you up, we're going to come back for what's left of you.
Pretty much.
And that's what I'm going to get. That's the offer. And in return, I'll let you leave. This is breaking that. Like, this is not a negotiation with the Klingon where I have to speak Klingon and smack him across the face in order to get some diplomacy going. Like, Shaw's run into a situation where I cannot trust this person. And so it's going to break that value, I think.
Okay. Let's go for it. I love it.
I will mark that off. That is a broken dead flaw or value now to be replaced later, but I get my determination back.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm quietly listening to see what the commander wants to do, because I did just tell them that's kind of their call over there.
Yep. And Kirby. So you hacked into the Borg neural network.
Kirby, in our system, it's more likely than you.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So first things first. You are going to take some stress.
Of course.
Because now you're in it and you're recalling it, and it's almost too much. So I think this is going to be about 3 points of stress.
Fair.
Oof.
They are not joking. They have access to technology that it's wild to you. And you understand it from the perspective of the individuals that understand it. You could build some of this stuff from scratch, but more than that, he's a flawed Borg. He's been away from the collective too much, and there's individual ambition coming out of this Borg, and that's not how they function.
And now
everyone else is
Kirby
we and
knows
he's
that.
I.
He's becoming I in the midst of a we, but now there's a problem. There's 2 eyes in the network. And all of the other Borg are waiting to see which one is dominant. You can attempt to override him.
Yes.
If you win, you gain control of this network, and the network is just what's on the ship.
Yes.
You can already feel that he has connection to the Borg that are in the cloaked ship, but it's strained. And he's trying to take it over.
I want to make him totally I. He doesn't get his we. If he's going to sit here and threaten us, no. He gets to sit in that alone. And I know I can't use like to actually have the mechanical benefit of it, but I do have a value that's trouble with and 2 authority. So I'm gonna
Do it now.
So just as a personal choice.
You are our Agnes Girardi.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna tell you, because this is
such a bad idea.
This is the big moment, because there's a couple of ways this could wind down, and this was one of them. If you win, you get control over the network. If you lose,
yeah,
you become part of the collective.
Of course. Yeah, reasonable.
Is there any way? I mean, we don't know what they're up to, so I don't know how to assist on this.
There's already an advantage. We've got your number on the board that will reduce the difficulty by 1.
Oh.
Because that's what an advantage do.
So that's gonna drop it to difficulty 4.
You're so screwed.
I am so ready. I'm so ready.
Is there? No, there's nothing I can do. I'm not a tech person.
No, she can.
I'm gonna say this is control engineering, however.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Here we go.
Cool.
Burn
cool.
every piece of
everything.
point
Yeah.
of
How much
momentum.
momentum do we have? Burn them all.
We have 4.
4.
Is that
I have
right?
4 written down.
Are you human?
You can grab 2
You're-
dice for that.
Yeah, you're human. So you have. Did you take the Spirit of Discovery talent by chance?
No. No, but I have a bunch of things that give me rerolls for dealing with computer
That's
systems.
okay.
So that's okay.
Is there anything?
What did I say to... Like, we had the thing at the beginning. We got here. We planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say? I know I'm terrible, but, like... Anything that could activate... Anything that fit with the plan, I would get to assist you, and you would get a reroll.
Yeah.
If this fits into...
Nice.
I mean, that said...
I've got reassuring, but I can't think of a reason why. The reassuring talent would be super helpful here. I also have bolster.
The initial
I
plan.
can hear you.
The initial plan
So-
was like get in, figure out what the hell is going on. So
Yeah, I can't
technically,
help. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
So here's how it's gonna
Kirby's
play.
Going off the rails right now.
Yeah.
Here's how it's gonna play because I want everybody involved in this moment.
Yay.
You don't see when it initiates, but you see he starts to buckle and Kirby starts to buckle, and he does the bad guy monologuing. You cannot take control of us.
Kirby
And-
just has their hand in the elbow, like in the crook of the elbow of the Starfleet officer, and one in the crook of the elbow of our XO of Sydney's elbow, as like they're little, like I said, they're little and compact, scrappy little weirdo, and thinking about earlier when they got that brief access, they just say, "We."
And on all of your tricorders, you see Kirby's health status. And they're you can tell that this is costing. This is taking the fiscal tax. Captain, you see it on your viewfinder. Kirby's life signs are straining. So we gotta have our Star Trek moment.
I'm gonna try and catch them as they fall.
I'm gonna through the community. Okay, then if I can see that, I'm gonna use bolster.
Hell yeah! Give it to us, Captain.
So you are skilled in keeping your allies up and active even under the most difficult circumstances. When you succeed any task using your command discipline during an action scene, you may spend momentum to recover stress suffered by your allies. Each momentum spend recovers stress equal to my command rating from a single ally. But if they're injured, it doesn't work. But they're not yet. So I'm gonna basically, I'm gonna spend. Is it 1 point? Yeah, I can spend a point of momentum. I'll spend a point of momentum to make a command roll if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a command check here. I'm guessing this is gonna be presence command.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my big moment here. So presence command. So that's I need a 15 or less. This is why I roll double 20s. Ready?
No.
Hey,
I roll.
this is your crew. You're not allowed to say that.
I roll a 7 and a 10. So 2 successes for the command check.
What is it? Is it?
I don't know what the difficulty was. It says, when you succeeded in, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. That will, let's say that was actually, it's at any command check. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rally. So I'm using presence command with a difficulty of 0 to generate 2 momentum.
Hell yeah, let's
so
go.
That's going to add 2 more momentum to the pool, which should max us out, right? Because we were at 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at 6, and then I'll spend one of those points of momentum immediately to bolster Kirby. So Kirby, you're going to you had 3 stress, right?
I had 3 stress.
It's
yeah.
all gone because I have a 5 command.
Yeah, you cut. So I think when Carl comes to like help catch them, they like kind of find their footing again. Like you do, I think, hold them back up, but you do like feel them like solidify like their base at that moment as well.
So basically, on the comms, the captain hesitates and sees something happening, and he's going to lean towards his chair and say very directly to the away team, and kind of specifically addressing the commander. It says, "All right, turns out you're the hope we were looking for. Kirby, I don't know what you were doing, but you're not alone over there. I'll let you drink on the bridge when you get back."
We indeed.
So, Kirby, you are in the midst of this mental warfare.
Yeah.
And this is someone that has been in the collective for years. And it's almost like they're conducting an orchestra with just how much command they have over the voices, all of these life forms, controlling them at will. The camera zooms out and we see Kirby continuing to struggle, and then the camera zooms in on Sydney. Now, Sydney, when you came to this ship, you said that there was someone that you knew here. Can you tell us about them?
She's my younger sister. Her name's Hannah. I tried to talk her out of Starfleet, but she wanted to follow in Grandpapa's footsteps and Dad's footsteps and my silly footsteps, and she joined, and she's a great pilot. I hate that for her because it got her this lovely assignment that she was so excited about, and then she was gone. And I'm not losing too.
The camera zooms back out, and Kirby, we see your eyes close as the Borg Overlord stands over you and laughs. We are Borg. You will be assimilated. It's quiet in your mind, and it's almost a relief from all the voices you were hearing. It's almost fine to be done. And then the strangest thing, you feel controls in your hand, and you feel the joy of flying. You see Sydney from eyes that aren't your own. And your eyes open, and you see a Starfleet pilot offering you a hand. We can't be done yet.
No, we can't. And they'll stand up with the help of a very familiar, but yet unfamiliar face.
And you all see Kirby's eyes open with a determination that has not been there. Kirby's been this engineer gremlin that just is kind of like on the ship like a creature. But they stand like a Starfleet officer for the first time in their life. And they say, "We," with two voices. And you hear footsteps coming from the shuttle bay hurriedly. They stand at attention, not like drones, but like Starfleet officers. And they finish the sentence. We are Starfleet. You see the neural interface short circuit on the Borg drone, and Kirby's face whips over to your Sydney, and you hear Hannah's voice. You don't have much time. Get to the Arlington. We have lost control of the Klingon warbird. Captain Shaw, you see the cloak. You see the ship decloak. And its weapons lock. You are muted.
We had shields up and everything. I'm going to no. I have a just no. No. I don't think so. I have another value I haven't used called, and it's essentially the value is I don't take kindly to bullies.
Yes!
I also have decisive leadership. In a conflict, whenever a character performs an assist task and would pay 2 momentum to keep this initiative, the cost to keep the initiative is reduced to 0. So, I'm going to first of all, I'm going to order weapons lock on the bird of prey.
Yes. You've got it on there. It's it's Lieutenant. Oh my god, I have his name written here. It's Lieutenant Havoc, and he goes, "All right, Captain, ready to engage."
Yeah, I'm gonna first of all, if they weapons lock us, I'm gonna order us ahead. I'm gonna order us ahead 1/4 impulse just to start maneuvering, just to get us a little bit of speed.
And there's an uncomfortable tension as the Arlington is face to face with this bird of prey. Both weapons ready, both shields up. And it's like you can hear a pin drop. There's just waiting. On the Newton, Kirby, you are back to yourself. The Romulan is still on the ground. The Borg overlord, his life signs are, he's gone. And the Borg drones who are still standing, and you feel connected to them.
We lost connection. We control over the, or can we? Kirby's trying to like straighten themselves out a little bit, and is trying to figure out if there's anything this collective can do to put a damper on that one.
You hear in your head, "May I?"
Have at it.
You just got a threat, Noir.
Amazing.
You see Kirby stand up again and go, "I'll send your staff to the bridge. Let's get this thing going." And you see this dead ship, still very limited in what it can do, come to life by the sheer willpower of the people who call it home. Slowly but surely, you hear the hum of energy flow throughout the ship. It can't move worth a damn, but they're not leaving the Arlington alone. And then after that's done, you hear, "Now get the hell out of here." And you're back to yourself.
Oh, they want us to go.
Oh, shuttle bay.
Carl,
this
go
way.
warm up the engines on that shuttle. Get Kirby out of here now.
Yep. I will take a look at the Romulan and try to throw him over one shoulder and drag Kirby out with the other arm.
You just hear as he slumps over your shoulder, "You know who I am."
I bang his head on every door jam between here and the shuttle bay.
"I'll have you killed." And so you all make your way to the shuttle.
We're missing people. We're missing people.
Who are we missing?
Who are we missing?
In your mind, you look back at each drone and you know them. You feel them. And they know that you're talking about them. And they say, "Go." You'll lose connection with distance.
Can they have a moment with her first?
Just so y'all know, Cole gave us a bonus momentum as well.
Okay.
So we have one overflow for the scene.
Yeah, can they have a moment with her first before we go?
I've already asked you for so much.
Well, I'm asking you.
And your eyes open again, and it's almost like you are in the passenger seat of your own body, and you feel fear. As Hannah looks at Sydney, Hannah always knew that Sydney didn't want her to join the Starfleet. And if you look at the situation she finds herself in, Sydney was right. And is this selfish to ask for one more moment? Is this just rubbing their sibling's face in it? But they cut through all that and Sydney, we are happy you are safe.
I'm happy. I'm happy you're alive.
We will make sure that the Arlington survives the trip back to Starfleet.
Yeah, we will.
She just leans in to give you a hug. And you feel within it the hug of each officer that is just living vicariously through this moment. Each saying goodbye to somebody of their own through you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a value.
Yeah.
That's good.
Starfleet can figure anything out.
Okay, what would you like to do with that? Oh, yes, well, Carl, what do we got going?
Well, because I was gonna tap my always find the option C value, so maybe we can do this in concert. But given that this is now a fight in space, which is my forte, could I drop them off at the shuttle and leg it up to the bridge to try and pilot this ship safely through this fight?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right, off I go.
And
you're really trying to push me off this ship. All right.
No, it's cool because I know how I'm gonna settle all this in the next couple of minutes. I've kept you guys late, so sorry, but we're almost there. I promise.
Oh God, I hate telling beautiful stories late into the night. It's awful.
But in that moment, you feel all of them saying goodbye through you. You see Carl make sure that this Romulan gets to the shuttle and just runs back. And there's a moment where you see a couple of Starfleet drones look at each other and then look over to where Carl went and then go about their business of trying to get the ship going again. And the shuttle's waiting for you. Are you all hopping in?
I have access to every system in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I say this to Sydney.
And what exactly do you intend to do with it? Because stars know you've never asked for permission from us.
Just forgiveness. I know I didn't want to come in the first place, but I have all of them. I have the whole we. And if I go, I won't have them anymore. And I've never really been a we kind of person. But I'm thinking maybe I could be. If it would maybe do some good for some people.
Captain, I'm getting the impression that you could use a little bit of reinforcements from here. Kirby and I are going to the bridge. Carl's on his way already.
Does that ship even have any functioning weapons?
All of their torpedoes have been spent. Their plasma array has no energy going to it. But the engineers are trying to muster up what they can with the wish and a prayer to at least get that phaser array going.
We got other stuff.
We don't even.
I'm glad you told me that, 'cause
throw on the comments.
gonna...
We don't even need weapons, sir. We just need to get the bird of prey into a position where you can hit it. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be ready to go.
So this bird of prey is still staring us down. It has not opened fired, right?
It has not.
It's still in a threatening position.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where it's in front of me?
It's directly in front.
Directly ahead.
Where is it in relation to the anomaly?
Anomaly's the microphone. This is them. So like, just a bit of ways from it. It would be in the panel shot of these two ships getting ready to go nose to nose.
I wish I knew what our scale differences are, but this is Kelvin timeline, so I actually have no idea.
Well, Constitution is bloody huge
in the Kelvin timeline. It's like Enterprise D size,
yeah.
Practically. But then we don't actually know the size of Kelvin timeline Klingon vessels.
I could probably find out within a few minutes, but is this
mostly trying to figure out?
Is this a D4X?
they're pretty much neck and neck.
Okay, so yeah, so it's a big ship, both big ships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. They're not between me and the away team, though, correct? The Arlington has a straight shot.
The Arlington does have a straight shot. The problem that they'll wait, you're talking about are you talking about the runabout, or are you talking about?
I'm trying to find out. So they're going to have to leave the Newton and get back on board via shuttlecraft.
Correct.
Yes. They're going to be incredibly vulnerable because, in particular, in this timeline, both in TOS and Kelvin timeline, shuttles do not have any defenses.
Oh no, they would
just
be screwed.
Floating targets.
We would be shuttles in a firefight, and not.
Well, and this is a Kelvin bird of prey, so it's actually the size of a shuttle anyway.
So so my point is that I want to put the Arlington between our shuttle, the Tyson, and the bird of prey.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm trying to figure out where the bird of prey is in relation to us, because my goal was to put us between it so that they could have a straight shot into our shuttle bay. But now we're going to the bridge to power up weapons.
Go from the Newton.
Yeah, we're not going to the shuttle at all.
We're running it down from the Newton right now.
So they'll be able to maneuver the Newton behind you.
Okay.
And you can tell that this bird of prey's focus is just the Arlington right now.
I'm going to keep it there. But
if it does make a move to go after the Newton, you will have a chance. To react first.
We will have words with them. But yeah, I cannot fire on a vessel unless fired upon. So right now I'm holding the Arlington back. If they don't fire upon me, I'm not returning fire. But I am going to get on comms and let them know. Klingon vessel. This is the USS Arlington of Starfleet. Stand down.
Sir?
Knowing full well that I'm talking to Borg.
Mm-hmm. And they respond with that. We are Borg.
Okay.
Sir,
what's up, Carl?
Being on a non-Starfleet vessel, am I beholden to that not fire unless fired upon thing?
Are you wearing a Starfleet uniform, Lieutenant?
I could take it off.
Please don't do that, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Kirby, I think we're needed on the bridge.
I think we are too.
Scoot.
Let's go.
Y'all better hurry, or your helmsman's just going to start stripping.
At the same time, the Newton sensors go off, and the Arlington's sensors go off. There is a big ship coming into warp very soon.
Now what?
Gotta get out of here. We gotta get everybody out of here. It'll be great. Okay.
All right, then I'm going to inform the away team that since just detected an unidentified oncoming vessel coming out of warp.
Awesome. Which direction, sir?
Left.
Right. I start maneuvering the Newton towards our goal of behind the Arlington, but trying. Well, actually, no, because what I said my original goal was to get the bird of prey to swing around towards us so that the Arlington would have a better shot at it. So I think I will continue doing that. Yeah, but we could do them at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Commander?
I would like to send a message to that runabout, alerting them to that all of this is happening. No one has communicated with that ship at all.
Your message does not go to the runabout. It's intercepted by the incoming ship. And you just hear on the other side of it, incoming. At that point, you see 2 torpedoes rip into the bird of prey.
Okay.
And out of warp, you see the USS Arlington. And Captain Nivek goes, "Captain, we're being hailed."
I'll put it on view screen, Nivek, if you would, please.
He presses the button, and you're not sure if you're looking in a mirror or not, but you see Captain Shaw.
Captain Shaw, I presume.
I knew I was smart.
Yeah, we kind of have that thought a little too often, I think.
I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which one you want first?
Which one do you think?
Always the pessimist.
Always the pessimist.
You're about to get a call from Starfleet. I wouldn't pick it up if I were you.
All right. And what's the good news?
You got promoted.
Spoilers.
Look.
All right.
Well,
I want to insight check this other me.
Okay.
Command insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
it's you, so it's a difficulty of 1.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's good. I almost rolled a complication.
I mean, have you never lied to yourself?
That would be hilarious.
All right. All right. I'm going to take my word for it.
Good. Because it's taken me a couple of tries.
Ouch.
We're stubborn.
Yeah.
I don't know what made the geniuses at Starfleet think that a rip in time and space would be
we caused this
isolated to one location. No, not we. Them. And he points to the Newton.
So this is going to happen in more than one spot.
There's a piece of our universe in their universe, and it's trying to get it kicked out. We keep poking holes in this timeline.
Yeah, there should be an agency to stop that from happening.
Well, there is one of a sort.
Yep. Well, let's prime directive that one right now. So what do we do?
Well, we don't follow the prime directive anymore, so that's news for you.
That is news. Too much to ask. What do you propose, Captain?
We have to do a pickup. And the first thing that we have to do is we have to make sure that we're ready when and where the two stowaways from the Newton arrive back in this timeline. But more than that, You've got to figure out what to do with Kirby.
What's wrong with Kirby?
Kirby has a head full of information that shouldn't exist yet. The first time this mission was over, I went to the Federation. They had her poked and prodded by Section 31, and you cannot make that mistake again.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
So, I am breaking the Prime Directive, and I'm time traveling to deliver this message to stop this from happening.
Yeah, we don't follow the Prime Directive. We follow the Black Directive.
So then my question is, what are the events that I need to avoid so that you don't have to do this again? Is it Kirby? Is that the key here?
Finding out what to do with Kirby is at the center of all of this.
Well, the only option I can think of, based off of the information you've given me, is to send Kirby back through the other side. But Kirby has to be willing to do that.
Yes, Kirby has to be willing to do that. I didn't have the heart to do it. Maybe you do.
I can assure you, Captain, I don't.
Oh,
but
great.
Maybe Kirby does.
Great, we're the same. I'm leaving it in your hands. I've already, I don't know, probably blown up a butterfly or a tsunami or however that goes somewhere.
Well, this, of course, plays into one of my other values, which is finish what you start.
Best of luck to you, Captain.
And you, Captain.
And you see the Arlington light up.
Arlington to Kirby.
Yeah. What? Hi? Okay. Hello?
Let's talk.
And I don't think I can find a better place to end it than right there. I really hope you guys had fun with
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
That was good.
Wow.
Really good.
That was the first... Yay, that was a lot of fun.
That
I knew
We Are Starfleet moment, holy shit.
I had serious flashbacks of Hector. Because that was something that Martinez loved to say is "We are Starfleet."
Oh my gosh.
That I love playing a buff class in this game, just like assist buff class. Yeah. Like playing captain is so much fun. It's just like you get a bonus and you get determination, you get to do this.
I love Trek so much. Like I was so nervous.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Noir, congratulations on your Twitch Stream Punks GMing day.
Yeah.
Have I not been telling all of you? Have I not been telling all of you?
If y'all want to see more of this, you should go back to the Streampunks Coffee so you can get in the Discord and watch Noir do more of this, but from different angles and different stuff.
For
really good.
all Streampunks Coffee subscribers, companion tier and higher, there was already one episode in this scenario. It is a 2 versus 1. Noir is GMing, and we have gone and just done a whole lot of weirdness on top of that, and we will probably see the consequences of that a week from tomorrow in said game. So,
don't miss it.
Subscribe.
This was so much fun. Thank y'all for sticking with it. I know we're running late. Go ahead.
No, that was... And thank you, Mike, for jumping in.
Hell yeah!
Good.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. You have to come back and play with us again.
I would love to. Thank you guys so much for having me. Next time, if I have more than half an hour to make a character, I will hopefully have more backstory and stuff. But I love this.
Yeah.
This was so much fun.
I love that you were just getting ready to pull your community. I was just like, well, I don't.
I guess I'll just.
Do I need this
guess
uniform?
we're not Starfleet.
I'm gonna blow up a bird of prey.
Honestly, my greatest hope was to beam onto the bird of prey and take it over. But,
oh yeah, that'd have been rad.
This was Noir. This was so good.
Yep.
I'm glad y'all had fun. Y'all were amazing. Thank you so much.
Good.
I think that's us. Do we do the outros? I'm panicking right now.
You're good.
The usual outro, because we don't do the tell everybody where you can find you thing on the stream. So the usual outro is just you look at the camera and tell everybody they're
Give a
amazing
tagline.
and this tagline. Yeah.
You're amazing. What would my engage be?
We, and then the stream ends.
Get it. Yeah.
Get it.